Hello. I'm finally ready to go. Sorry I'm missing Wednesday again. Someday I'll actually do a Wednesday stream, I say I'll do. But yeah, I am feeling a little bit better. This has not been a great week, I'm gonna be real, but I'm doing my best. So, hey, we're gonna try this again. Let's hop in. I hope this works actually, given I definitely was fiddling with settings, because I had like Guilty Gear ready to go last time. And I don't see a picture yet. There we go. Cool. That's what counts. Aw, thank you. So, last time we didn't have the best run of the Elite Four. We got close. We got to Cynthia and then got walled. So off stream, if you notice, the time played is way higher now. And also I have completed Pokédex because I have basically been looping the Elite Four until I felt comfortable, like, at a point that I can realistically take on Cynthia's team. So, this is gonna be a mess here. Or not, it can just skip straight to it. I thought it would show the, recaps, but I guess not, because technically it was earlier today, because I was level grinding at, like, 3:30. So yeah, that might just be on me. I'm just double checking. Yeah, 4:17 is correct, and it is 4 p.m. So yeah, it was just quickly double checking that this wasn't like a save state kind of a problem. Off stream, I have done a ton. Our team is still relatively the same. Garchomp evolved. I replaced the one normal type move we had, which I think was like Slash, with Crunch, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go in order though. Empoleon's first. This is relatively the same, but you're now level 59, and also a Quick Claw. Giratina has Dragon Fang, and is level 53. Moves are the same. I should probably swap out Ancient Power. It's pretty useless. Gardevoir is also kind of rocking the same moveset, but is now level 55 with a Mind Plate. Give Garchomp a Soft Sand, and now you're level 53. Oh, I missed a bunch because I started with Empoleon. Luxray's got the Razor Claw to raise crit chance. Other than that, has generally the same moveset, except I did give it Return last time. And Staraptor is still rocking the same moves. I really should ditch Defog now that I think about it. Oh well, we're here. But you have the XP share, just because I think I would like to get a few more levels on you, because I think you are a best team member for Lucario, though extreme speed will still be a problem. I've also done the Elite Four so many times that I feel like I have fairly comfortable strategies at getting through all of them. We'll see if I'm full of shit or not, and greatly overestimating my skill level. But anyway, first up is Aaron again, and we're not reading all this out because I already did last time, and the dialogue is not going to change until we actually defeat Cynthia's team. Alright, so round 2. More like round, like, 8 or 9, counting the off-stream grinding. Spark never misses, I don't think. So, I found that using Spark is really good at dealing with double team spam. I should have taught it Shockwave, actually, because that also never misses. That actually might be special, so that might be worse. That's why we got the Razor Claw, so we can get easy crits. One down, like 30 more to go. So we got Heracross, so again, having gone through this like almost 10 times probably, I have fairly comfortable strategies of dealing with the first 3, 2.5. Flint was actually giving me a lot of trouble just because so many of his Pokemon are fast and have decent type coverage. So that was throwing me off. But also, hi everyone. Hi Peter, hi Serena, hi HEV. Hope everyone's doing okay. Alrighty, one shot again. I think that's 4x, so that makes sense. Again, trying to get you some extra levels so you have a better shot against a lot of Cynthia's team, to be honest. You'll be kind of carrying us. Drapion is the one that I kind of didn't come up with a good strategy for on this team. I'm just kind of gonna BS my way through this, to be honest. I'm gonna toss Garchomp because Dark Poison should be weak to ground. The only problem is Ice Fang can cause problems. If this freezes, we're kind of SOL. It didn't freeze, so we're fine. At the current levels our Pokemon are at, and again, we'll get a few on the way there, we should be able to semi-comfortably handle Cynthia's team. I say semi-comfortably because, yeah, no, there's only so much you can do to, like, foolproof this. Okay, so I took a gamble and I guessed wrong. So what I was doing is I wasn't sure if that was barely in heal range or not, so I was kind of banking on a full restore in order to basically get them back down to really low health. So that was just a bad gamble on my part that backfired. It's fine. This should be effective, right? Neutral? Yeah, that's neutral, that should be enough. And now you have Vespiquen. We can easily deal with you with Staraptor once again. One problem with Vespiquen is I think it can also like raise defense, from what I remember, because it has like that attack order and defend order that I think buff stats. So we might not one-hit KO with this, just because its defense is going to be a bit high. So we might get it down to like the red, which would actually be kind of ideal to flush another full restore, but we're likely not going to be able to KO it very easily. This is also the gamble with Lucian, because if he starts spamming Calm Mind, or Reflect, or Light Screen, and all that stuff, that just makes it incredibly hard to deal with. But other than that, this should be a walk in the park, as they say. It reminds me, the phrase walk in the park makes me think of a very specific line of dialogue from the game Ultimate Spider-Man for PS2 and GameCube, where, like, Electro has a voice line where he says to, like, Venom, I thought this was supposed to be a chase, not a freaking walk in the park, and he just says that, like, constantly throughout that mission, so it's just kind of ingrained into my psyche. A lot of stuff from, like, the old Spider-Man games are just ingrained at this point because of how much they got spammed, basically. And I also forgot Vespiquen has healing, too, so that also sucks. Which means the problem with fly strats is it can easily stall us out. I was not actually paying enough attention to how much damage this dealt. That should... unless it's a crit. Or just a bad damage roll. Well, that kind of creates a problem, actually. Here I was being very confident we'd be able to get through Aaron no problem, and I'm already kind of struggling against Aaron, because of course... just kind of got bad luck with certain rolls, like certain attack rolls. Just using, like, Defend Order first turn just kind of screwed me up for the whole rest of fighting Vespiquen. I don't even know what your final team member is at this point. I've lost count. Caesar. That's a problem, actually. We're gonna toss you out. For Caesar, what I ended up deciding to do on, like, off-stream attempts is Fire Blast. And hope it hits, because Fire Blast is not the most accurate move. Yeah, having to use this many heals already is not my favorite thing in the world. I was hoping we could make it a little bit farther without having to. But you're Bug Steel, I think, so that should be 4x. And you should be able to tank one more, so we'll toss a Lemonade at Garchomp. That should be enough. See, the funny part is when I actually lock in, I can be pretty competent at Pokemon. It's just I often don't lock in. Actually, Ancient Power might do a decent chunk of damage. I want to try it. Giratina probably gonna die anyway soon. Or faint soon, because Pokemon technically don't die. Actually, no, you can probably take one more unless it's a crit. I want to see how much damage this does. This should also be 4x? Or is that neutral? I guess the fire and the bug would cancel each other out. Unless I'm just completely misremembering, which is also a possibility. So yeah, again, last stream I was kind of expecting Cynthia to go badly. At that level, I was not prepared and just kind of knew I was not prepared. So I wasn't, like, trying to catch the Lake Trio was actually more frustrating to me than losing to Cynthia in some ways. Just because Azov was being so stubborn. Anyway. Alright, that should be Aaron's team taken care of. Oh, now concede defeat. Hell yeah. Well, that could have gone a lot better. One trainer in, and I got slightly bodied, so again, it might just be a stream curse at this point. Maybe, you know, I was doing better off stream for some reason, and that's not even entirely in my control. A lot of it's just damage rolls were unfavorable to me this time. Like, just getting slightly not enough to, like, KO in some cases, where off-stream I was KOing more consistently. Stuff like that. So again, just luck of the draw not going in my favor for this fight. I guess, you know, part of me could assume, hey, maybe I just got the bad luck out of the way early, and then the next trainers will be a piece of cake. She says, knowingly, that this will not be a piece of cake. God, everyone's slightly short, and I'm like so worried that I'll bite the dust because of this. That's a JoJo thing, isn't it? Bite the dust? I've never seen JoJo. I've only seen but really, really fast. And I retained almost none of it, for the record. Like, genuinely retained almost none of it. So, kind of weird, but we're gonna swap in Gardevoir for this because... I think Bertha always starts with Wish Cash, which I think would probably shrug off water, or downright absorb it. So the easiest strategy I found was use Gardevoir, and just, again, pray for a good damage roll. The Mind Plate, I should have swapped for, like, an item that would have boosted grass attacks, now that I think about it, because I realize I'm actually using very few Psychic moves on this Psychic-type Pokemon. I should have just had a Grass-type with how I'm actually using this Pokemon. Hello, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Again, we're just going through the God damn it. We're just going through the Elite Four and hoping for the best here. Again, this is my second attempt at it, because the first one I was under level 4. And again, I'm just getting really unlucky with damage rolls, where I'm just getting slightly short where in practice runs, I was able to, like, one-shot this Wish Cash. I think it was a crit, actually, so that would explain it. Barely short, but that one more should be enough. Again, normally I've noticed the CPU behavior in this gen is interesting because oftentimes they will only use one full restore on a Pokemon. They won't use both on the same Pokemon, which is actually kind of nice in a way. Keeps it from being too stalled out, but the other downside of that is, oh shoot, I would like to just get rid of both full restores, like, immediately, and you kind of can't. Surf. You're currently playing through Platinum, you're about to face Gardenia? Hell yeah. Again, we are essentially in the final stretch, so if you care about spoilers, maybe not the best stream to watch, but, yeah. I kind of wanted to use a Baniri for this playthrough, but didn't end up doing so. Maybe someday. See, Gliscor is one that I also don't... Oh, you played through the game before, gotcha. Gliscor is another one that I just have to, like, pray. because this is the problem. My best bet is Ice Beam. Nothing else I know can learn the Ice-type moves I had. So I just have to pray that Empoleon survives, basically. This should be 4x also, but no stab, which means this might be close, but we're done. That's the scariest Pokemon that she has, in my opinion, from my current team. Just because, like, oh good, the one Pokemon I know that can learn Ice move is also weak to, like, massively weak to ground types, so... Now, the other fun thing is we just have to kind of pray that no Pokemon outspeeds us, and that no Pokemon actually survives. Because if if either Golem or Rhyperior survive, Empoleon's kinda screwed. Like, if this doesn't one-hit KO, yeah, Empoleon's just kinda dead. I had the option to learn Hydro Pump at one point, and I skipped on it, because the accuracy is just very low for that move in a tight situation like this. Okay, good, we're fine. Again, that's scary because I have not consistently been able to actually one-shot that Rhyperior. Sometimes it'll live with like a sliver of health, and that just completely ruins that plan entirely. Cool. So... 2 down, and pretty good time actually, that was fast. You know what, if I was smart, I'd move all the Hyper Potions and Full Restores up to the top of the list. I might just do that real quick. Is that select? Yeah, it's select. We're gonna just scooch this up here, and also, move these guys up too. Just so I don't have to scroll all the way down every time. By the same notion, I'm gonna move these up too. Antidotes down. Again, quick. Inventory management. Why didn't I hear that? I thought I was supposed to play a sound. But hi, thank you for the follow. Followers are anonymous here, but any support is greatly appreciated. What was I gonna do? Max potions, right. I was gonna move those up. I only have 2, but it's fine. I'm gonna stick this up here. Who is this? Who's Flint's starting Pokemon? Houndoom, I think? So probably just gonna rock with Empoleon still. Oh, I didn't heal Gardevoir. It's fine, we're not using Gardevoir for this battle. Gardevoir is just kinda here. She's not really gonna help much with this team, to be blunt. Just kind of as a backup in case of emergency. Maybe somewhat effective against some of Lucian's, but not like overly effective because Ghost is weak too. Ghost is effective against Psychics, so there is a risk of using a Gardevoir. Alright, Flint time. Houndoom. Again, this is a case of 1 Quick Claw and 2 good damage rolls. Because if we outspeed everything, we're fine. If we don't outspeed everything, we're kinda screwed. Yeah, the Probopass, hell yeah. I've never used one. I can say that about most Pokemon because I'm boring and kind of just use the same team every time. I'm actually gonna do something a little bit sneaky here. I'm gonna swap to Staraptor because I think this one has like Thunderbolt, which is a risk for both, but I think Staraptor has a better chance of outspeeding Infernape. Empoleon's kinda slow. I also was thinking about this too, just a couple levels prior. I feel like Staraptor was having trouble outspeeding this Infernape. So the extra like level or 2 actually might have just been what it takes, because I definitely remember getting hit by those flare blitzes, though it could have just been a flying mist. I think that was actually the case. Magmortar, you are tanky, but again, if we can land this hit first, we should live. But the problem with Empoleon as a water type is steel and water kind of cancel each other out, so any fire attack move is still going to hurt a decent amount. So we just gotta kind of pray that this actually one-shots. That is upsetting. You don't even remember most of your teams. That's kind of my problem. I don't remember my very first team. Oh shoot, that's actually... That's grass type, right? How's this... Okay, that's neutral, because the combination of grass, or water and steel, so it ends up being neutral again. That's weird. Like, I almost always go with Empoleon this gen. I almost always use a Staraptor because it's, you know, the best flying type and I like flying. I almost always use Luxray as an electric type. I used the Raichu like my first playthrough because I really wanted a Pikachu. I do remember... God damn it. That's bad actually, because this is a very strong move. And neutral effectiveness, so that's gonna hurt. But that lowers your special attack. You're gonna heal this turn for sure. But again, that's a case where sometimes I am able to KO it on a favorable damage roll, and other times I'm just not. Because again, there's a slight variation to how much damage a move deals. My kind of metric on healing is if a move does like 50 to 60%, that's probably time to heal. Otherwise, if it does like 40%, I'm safe to keep going with that team. The thing is, Flare Bullets will definitely KO Empoleon at this point, so I'm gonna swap. I'm gonna do something kind of gutsy. We'll see if this pays off, or I might regret my decisions. I'm gonna go for a Spark. And hope it paralyzes, because if it paralyzes, we will be in decent shape. The problem... Oh, that's gonna be a problem, for sure. The problem with Rapidash is it's fast, so if we can paralyze it, that will take its speed down to a point that it becomes a lot more manageable. Now that we have a sunny day situation, we're just kind of screwed. We're like hell screwed actually. And it also just means it can just do Solar Beam right away. It doesn't have to charge it up. This probably will force another heal if he hasn't already. Especially with the paralysis. If he still has a full restore, I have lost track on the math on that. Okay, no more full restores, we're done with Flint. Neat. Smooth sailing. Hell yeah. So then next up would be Lucian, who's gonna be an absolute pain in the ass. So Luxray, you're back up to the front here, because you got Crunch. So we're gonna just use Crunch a lot. I almost said Crunch a bunch, and I was like, do I want to go for the rhyme? We're gonna use Crunch a bunch, and then for the best, the biggest turn one move that Mr. Mime tends to do is either Light Screen or Reflect. And I would prefer Light Screen because in general I'm going to be using... Actually no, Reflect might actually be better. I'm actually gonna save here because this might go real bad, so I want to be able to reload if I need to, because I foresee this being the first one that's like actually very risky. So yeah, one, if we can one-shot Mr. Mime, that'd be great. Two, if it doesn't use either of its buff moves, that'd be great. But it almost, from my experience, it almost always uses Reflect or Light Screen, like turn one. We also don't outspeed it, so that's the other unfortunate thing. So light screen raises special defense, which means it should one-shot fairly comfortably, especially if it's a crit. Damn it. Well, that's fine, because that flush is a heal. I'll take it, but not what I was hoping to see. Oh, wow, my computer lagged real bad. I dropped like 10 frames. But it's fine. Sometimes OBS will just lag weirdly, and I don't know why. So light screen causes a problem for us because my general strat going through Bronzong is to use Scar Chomp and Fire Blast, but light screen will mean that Fire Blast does not do that much. Well, I basically have it to my understanding, so this might be rough. And if it starts using Calm Mind, we're like especially in a bad space. Like a bad spot for that. The other option, as annoying as it is chip it out with like Gardevoir and Shadow Ball, which is not my favorite way of going about this, but it will work in a pinch. Like worst case scenario, we can do that. The advantage of that is Levitate, which means we would be able to weather Earthquake better. Oh, cool. That's real bad, actually. This is why I saved. Because this Bronzong is just the worst. If it wasn't for Bronzong, I genuinely wouldn't have as much trouble with Lucian. But, like, this is the most annoying Pokemon of his to deal with. I did save before, so worst case scenario I can reload. I'm pretty sure I can do it, like, without reloading, but it's gonna be annoying. I think he still has one more full restore, so I guess he's just gonna sacrifice the Bronzong. Probably gonna save it for one of the heavier hitters. Gallade. My best strategy against Gallade is actually Fly again. Aerial Ace might actually be enough at this point, at this level, given how Fly was fairly comfortably one-shotting it. But I don't want to take that chance if I don't have to. What else? In Gen 5, I don't really remember much of my team. I think I used Oshawott as my starter. I really want to use a Ninetales someday as like an actual team member. Maybe if we do Emerald someday, because I've actually thought about doing like a Fox Girls Favorites Round 2 at the end, where I basically will go back and do some games that I skipped for one reason or another, like either setup in the case of like Lego Island being an ancient PC game that's just kind of annoying, and I tried getting the recomp to work and I could not figure out how to get the recomp to work. But stuff like Lego Island, you know, other games are just kind of a pain to do, because like, you know, Persona's ridiculously long, so Persona 3 Portable is kind of in the optional list. Another one in that optional list is like, Emerald, mostly just because I feel like it's a redundancy, because we have like 3 Pokemon games that mean a lot. Actually no, 4 Pokemon games that mean a lot to me in a very close span. That being Diamond and Pearl, represented by this, Emerald, XD, not Coliseum, I never finished Coliseum, and then Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Darkness, which will be represented by Explorers of Sky soon. So because of that, I deliberately am opting to put Emerald in the optional list, even though it's a game that also means a lot to me. It's just a case of I don't want to do that many Pokemon games, like back to back to back to back. That's too much Pokemon. I don't want to be a Pokemon YouTuber or like streamer. You know, nothing against people who are Pokemon, you know, YouTubers or streamers. It's just not for me. I don't really want to hinge my content just on Pokemon. I'd rather be more of a variety streamer, even though objectively speaking, that's actually really hard to do. Because a lot of times people only come for like one game. So it's really hard to build an audience of people who want to watch basically anything from me and not just watch me because I'm playing a specific game. It's a very interesting tightrope to try to walk with streaming. And it's why I kind of like try to find a balance of doing what I want and also doing stuff that other people are into. So here's the problem. I don't know what to do against Spiritomb. This is like the big hurdle. Spiritomb, Garchomp, Lucario. Those are like the unholy trinity of her team that I just kind of am at a loss of what to do about. I'm gonna try Luxray. I might regret this, in all honesty. We'll see. I realized I forgot to turn streamer mode on. Sometimes when I don't turn streamer mode on, it causes people to be like, oh, I'm just gonna DM you to distract you. So yeah, I try to remember to turn it on if I can remember. I'm actually having trouble finding the option, because I'm like in the middle of playing Pokemon. Another option is to use Spark and try to paralyze. Not a bad option, honestly. Obviously, you have to bank on a percentage chance of it working. Or I can just get a crit right away, that's fine too. I'll take that. The only problem is I kinda need Luxray to be in fighting shape later because of Togekiss. We didn't even get to Togekiss last time, I'm pretty sure. Just because of how rough we were having it the previous main fight. Like, we basically got through Spiritomb, Garchomp, and got Waldo Lucario after. So, I don't know if she'll do another heal. That's the big thing I don't have exact confidence in knowing. Oh, that's bad, but we're swapping this, like, next turn, so it's gonna be okay, I think. Yeah, again, they don't seem to use full restores more than once, which is actually kind of convenient. Could have used that crit earlier, but it's fine. So here's Garchomp. So we have a couple options here. The dumb option, which is, of course, because it's the dumb option, it's the one I'm gonna try first. Hey, what if we just bank on a 20% chance of a Quick Claw going off? This is not a good idea. Sometimes my reckless abandon is rewarded. So that should be 4x effectiveness. The only problem is Garchomp is higher level than us and we don't have stab. So there was a chance that that might not have one-hit KO'd. But it did, so we're basically in the clear in that regard. Next is Lucario, so we're getting some of the really annoying Pokemon out of the way first, which I'm actually happy about. Because yeah, these are the three I'm most scared of. Milotic is going to be a problem, but not nearly as bad. The problem with Milotic is one, it can heal, probably, given Milotic's traditional moveset. The other problem is, oh shoot, so many of her Pokemon are so tanky that they can withstand a lot of hits. So even with, like, super effective and stab, it might still not be enough to KO in some cases. That's gonna hurt like hell, and if Lucario goes for extreme speed, I do not think we're surviving. I'm amazed that Cynthia let me get away with that, to be honest. I might actually be kind of over-leveled at this point, to be completely honest. Because I'm actually getting through this relatively easily now. Okay, so now here's the fun part, Togekiss. Helped lift a big pool at work. I would blame the estrogen, but you're also just not that strong. Oh. Well, I'm proud of you. Okay, so the problem with Togekiss is it can take a lot of hits. It also knows like Aura Sphere and stuff that just hits hard, and also I think lowers our stats too. So we gotta make this quick, which is unfortunate that we do have to use the Hyper Potion. I should have actually healed earlier, so I could have just started the fight with Luxray. Because now we have the problem of having to do like tag out strats. Again, ideal situation is getting a paralyze, so it slows down a bit, which will give us some slight breathing room. Or I can just get a crit, that's fine. I might actually max revive in that case, just because options aren't exactly great at that point. So you have Roserade still, so we still need Staraptor. Giratina is our best one as like a shield for a bit, oddly enough. So yeah, this one... Again, might as well, we're not using this for any other things, and this is essentially the final boss, so we might as well go all out. The other feeling I have is... Yeah, the Paralyze would be great right about now. Again, Ancient Power just kind of sucks as a move, but I'm not really concerned about Giratina surviving, which sounds slightly cold, but it's true. Giratina's kind of here just to be a tank, because its attacking is not great in this form. The Grisius Orb does switch it to its origin form, which is good for attacking, but worse for defense. So yeah, you're basically here just to tank hits and buy time, and use ghost moves too, because Lucian. With the attack up, you might actually be able to do pretty good here, but she'll probably heal. I actually kind of was hoping this would KO, because then we would have an easy switch out. Because at this point, I just want to switch to Luxray and have Luxray finish that fight. We'll heal Staraptor, because we do need you for Roserade. Yeah, purposefully letting Togekiss take out Giratina, just to buy us a little bit, so we can easily just swap to Luxray next turn. Not have to worry about, like, swapping. Spark and Thunderfang have similar attacks, but this one just hits more consistently, to the point that, in this case, I will use this just to remove ambiguity of this actually hitting. The only other problem is Milotic immediately after most likely means we won't have any chance to heal Luxray, which means you might be in trouble again. We'll see. I would actually like Staraptor by a little bit of time. Nope, okay, we're just going straight to it. That's fine. You're higher leveled, but again, this should be not effective? Nope, that's neutral. Water's neutral and electric, got it. Owie. This won't KO. Milotic has too much defense and health, I think. Or I can get a crit. Oh, I will shut the hell up now, I guess. Again, sometimes, my luck actually pays off, and it's very nice when it does, because normally it doesn't. So we have two options here, but first of all, Cynthia's probably gonna talk as soon as she sends out her Pokémon. I can't remember the last time I was put in a corner like this. Hell yeah. Lower attack, that's good. And fly again. So again, just spamming fly strats, essentially. In this case, I don't... Okay, that sucks. How much is this going to do? Is that a crit? Nope, that's not a crit. That just hits real hard. Okay, backup plan? If not, we can swap to something else. We'll Fire Blast and see what happens. If Fire Blast doesn't KO it, we will revive Staraptor, because I think that is still our best bet here. But this might do a decent chunk. That did less than I was hoping it would, actually. Okay. So again, even with being, in my opinion, slightly over-leveled for this fight, I'm still kind of being backed into a corner a fair amount, which is an interesting feeling. You know what, actually, now that I think about it, Dig might be a decent move, if this doesn't KO. This might KO, though. No, the poison will take it out, actually. Yeah, no, this is just not gonna work. Damn it. It was worth a try. I should have used Dig first, because Stab. Fire Blast is a stronger move, and the burn would have been nice, but... we got another Intimidate on you. So, we just have to pray this hits, because if this misses, we're kind of in a world of hurt. Okay, so that should be enough. Cool. Hell yeah. We did it. We won. Again, we had no shot last time. Just a few minutes ago, you were the most powerful challenger. Just now, you became the most powerful of all the trainers. You are now our newest champion. That was excellent. Truly an outstanding battle. You gave the sport your Pokemon needed to maximize your power, and you guided them with certainty to secure victory. You have both passion and calculating coolness. Together, you and your Pokemon can overcome any challenge that may come your way. Those are the impressions I got from our battle. I'm glad I got to take part in the crowning of Sinnoh's new champion. Come with me, we'll take the lift. Hell yeah. Hadn't even taken an hour, damn. That was... Oh, I skipped a lot of dialogue, to be fair, but even then I think it actually was a very fast run. The room ahead is the Hall of Fame. Yuna, your last battle was splendid. Oh, hello, Professor Rowan. A child I enlisted for my Pokédex project has come this far. It's only natural that I come and witness the child's crowning glory. Yuna, I shouldn't call you a child anymore. You've grown into a real champion. Professor, you still enjoy the enthusiasm kids bring to your research, don't you? Yuna, step this way, please. Professor Rowan, please join us. I thought Barry showed up here for some reason. It's been a long while since I last entered this room. If your last time here was when I became champion, then yes, that would be quite a long time ago. Yuna, welcome to the Hall of Fame. Your names will be recorded for posterity here, but you are leaving are the memories of your adventures so far. It's time to record your names, you and your Pokémon. Remember, your Pokémon are partners that grew with you through many challenging battles. This mission will make a permanent record of your achievement. There we go. First up is Luxray, who just happened to be at the start of Cynthia's battle. I could have used Empoleon if we wanted to go in, you know, order of meeting them. Also, Empoleon's way far down the list because of swapping with Luxray's position. Actually, it might be genuinely at the bottom of the list. Damn. No. Okay, second to the bottom. Sorry, Empoleon. We kind of just took your spotlight. Garchomp is just kind of here. And there you go, League Champion. Congratulations! Time 31:18. So yeah, like 3 or 4 hours of level grinding off stream. But hey, it was worth it. It definitely gave us the edge we needed. I'm surprised it doesn't say saving a lot of data, given we hadn't saved since before Cynthia. But this definitely feels like a long save. But yeah, okay, yeah, this is definitely a saving a lot of data situation. It just didn't mark it as such for whatever reason. Hell yeah, and that's the game. So now we get credits, which is always fun. Obviously, I don't think we're done yet. I probably want to do a little bit more. But... yeah, That was a lot of fun. I'm happy we got through it eventually, even though it definitely started a little bit rough. Yeah, sorry, Chibi. We just got through it. It was a battle. Even being like over prepared, I still struggled a bit. Happy to see me finish this. Oh, thank you, Serena. Yeah, Diamond and Pearl specifically, or Diamond specifically, was my childhood Pokemon game. I think Platinum is just an all-in-all better version of it, so that's why I opted for it. I almost went with Brilliant Diamond, just for the sake of being a little bit more accurate to that experience, but I'm glad I did Platinum, to be honest. It had some challenges, but I think overall I had a good time with it. You have more Pokemon variety, that helps too, given we kind of ran into a wall with some of these. But yeah, overall, this is still a Pokemon game that's near and dear to my heart. I don't think this is my favorite generation. I want to give it to Emerald, actually, as an overall game. I also really like Sun and Moon, gestures at VTuber concept. Who could have guessed I like Alolan Vulpix? The one problem I have with Vroid is the capture at 5 tails. I wish it let you go up to 6 for obvious reasons, but that's just a small complaint at that point. But yeah, I heavily hyperfixate on Pokemon after playing Diamond. I watched a bunch of the anime, saw like every movie up to like the present at that point, and I kept watching them live essentially as I caught up. Next game for Fox Girls Favorites is a toss-up because I am indecisive. I don't remember which game I played first between Super Smash Bros. Brawl and Wind Waker. So it's going to be one of those two. I don't know which it's going to be. I want to say Brawl just because it is a shorter game. I ran a poll somewhere where, like for version, and Wind Waker HD won. I almost wanted to do a separate poll for 100% versus 3 Heart Run, because I actually usually play Wind Waker as a 3 Heart Run. Majora is kind of an exception to that because Majora is so much built around the side content that if I ever do Majora's Mask, that'll be a full playthrough, just because you'd miss out on so many of the side stories if you do a 3 Heart Run. It just would not feel right to skip out all the side stories. But yeah, I have so many Pokemon plushes to my right. Some of them were very fortuitous, having like a giant, like 12-inch spike-eared Pichu from Arceus and the Jewel of Life worked out very nicely in hindsight, for reasons. But yeah, I had fun with this. Again, the only major hurdle we ran into was Cynthia. I got through most of the gym leaders with some difficulty, but Cynthia was the only like actual wall we got, which I'm actually kind of proud of because this is not an easy gen. Heart Gold Soul Silver is also pretty hard too, from what I remember, and the difficulty spike for the final boss is like steep, like steeper than this. Again, we're not quite done with this game. I do want to go over some of the post games. That'll probably be next week. Will probably be the rest of the post game. There's actually still a lot of stuff in the base game, like the main areas that we haven't seen yet. Fuego Ironworks, like Send Off Spring. There's a little bit of an extension to Victory Road, which I don't know if I want to do all this. Like Wayback Cave, which is like underneath the one cycling bridge. So yeah, there's still a lot we could do in this playthrough, and then that's not even counting post-game areas, so I'm not entirely sure how I want to handle this game, just because we've been on it for like 10 streams. I say as I'm planning to stream Xenoblade at some point, which will probably be at least 20 streams, if my math is correct on how long that'll probably take me. And we're back home, once again, but our adventure is not done yet. Yuna, Barry came looking for you a little while ago. I don't know what it was about, but he was shouting about you needing to get on a ship at Snow Point City. You know how impatient he is. He was gone before I could ask. Anyway, how's it going, kid? Is your project with Professor Rowan coming along? I mean, that should be our first stop, first and foremost. We'll get our team back in order. This is definitely overkill now. We'll toss this off at you. We probably won't even use Garchomp going forward, just because we mostly need Garchomp for the Elite Four. But yeah, this team actually might be over-prepared for most of the things we'll end up dealing with, to the point that it might unequip them just to make it a little bit more challenging. A few things I'm not going to do straight up or catch Giratina, no, not Giratina, Dialga and Palkia, just because that's a pain. It's genuinely awful. They're level 70 Pokemon, and I do not want to be bothered with that, given how much trouble Azelf gave me. So yeah, I'm gonna be pragmatic and opt to not go after the other two legendaries. My Barry took off like a rocket as usual. He was shouting something about becoming the greatest trainer ever. He just can't sit still, that boy. Wonder who he takes after. So yeah, for the sake of my sanity, and also the length of this playthrough already being kind of long, we are going to just mosey along. I might prioritize the Battle Zone story stuff, and then if at the end of whenever we get to like the final area there, we have time, I might then go around doing some of the stuff we missed here. Hey Yuna, let me take a look at your Pokedex. Awesome, you've seen every kind of Pokemon in Sinnoh. You have to show this Pokedex to Professor Rowan. So yeah, the last ones we needed were at Cynthia's boss fight. Ah, Yuna, you've come to show me your progress on the Pokedex. So you've seen 210 Pokemon. Excellent work, Yuna. The Pokemon of the Sinnoh region are being added to your Pokedex. This will certainly help with my studies of Pokemon evolution. Greetings, Professor Rowan. It's been a very long time. I'll tell you, Sinnoh certainly is a long trip from Kanto. Of course, if it means meeting new Pokemon, there's no distance too great for the likes of us to travel. Oh, if it isn't my old colleague, Professor Oak. I should have expected as much from the world's authority on Pokemon. We always used to joke, where there are Pokemon, you'll find Oak. It's good to see that hasn't changed one bit. Professor Oak, let me introduce you to my young assistant. This youngster has filled every page of the Sinnoh Pokedex for me. Ah, well, very glad to meet you. As you've heard, my name is Oak. I've been hearing a great deal about you from Professor Rowan lately. He's been exuberant in praise about a fantastic young trainer. I see that you that you've surpassed his praise. You've also got an impeccable sense of timing. You see, I had an errand to run for Professor Rowan on my visit here. He asked me to bring the data for the National Pokedex, you see. So, since you're here, let me upgrade your Pokedex with the National mode. After all, there are many kinds of Pokemon in this world of ours. Yuna's Pokedex was upgraded with the National mode. I'm afraid it won't be easy to complete the National Pokedex. However, I'm sure you will make an honest attempt on our behalf. Have no fear, Yuna. Have no fear, Yuna will get the job done. By the way, Professor Oak, what compelled you to visit this region? Ah, yes, I've heard that the PAL Park is now open. If I remember correctly, it's at the end of Route 221. The PAL Park has a special system that attracts every imaginable kind of Pokemon from every region. I've come to make certain that system is operating properly. Yuna, you should make an effort to visit the PAL Park too. Oops, I'll be late for my meeting if I don't get going. Okay, it was a pleasure seeing the both of you. Bye now. Off he goes, as busy as ever. Now, Yuna, I have a gift here as your reward for completing the Sinnoh Pokedex. The Poke Radar. That's the Pokemon Radar, or just Poke Radar for short. Use it and it will indicate grass patches where Pokemon are lurking. I'd prepared that to help my field assistants put together the Sinnoh Pokedex, but you took care of that. I'm sure it will be useful for your goal of filling the National Pokedex. Alrighty, Hey Yuna, have you ever seen my kid sister? I think we have. We went to his house once. So, we have 2 minutes. I don't know if we have enough time to do the thing I would want to do. So, next stop, we want to go to Snow Point. Again, we might go to the PAL Park and do stuff there. Well, actually, we can't really do stuff there. But, like, at least show it off and do some other stuff later. But I think I want to prioritize the Battle Zone for now. There should also be Gym Leader rematches at this point. But next up, I want to go talk to you up here. Only the chosen may enter the Snow Point Temple. I'm sorry, but you will have to leave. Hi, Candace. It's okay, you can let that person in. I heard from Cynthia. You're working on a Pokédex, aren't you? There should be many rare Pokémon in the temple. Enjoy your exploring. I have a distinct memory of going through Snow Point Temple while I had the flu. This is not a joke. Not a great memory, but again, I kind of no-lifed Pokemon Diamond and Pearl as a kid, so yeah, it was a good game to play while I was sick. The one downside of this area is we can't complete it. This is basically the temple for Regigigas, and we cannot get a Regigigas because we would need all 3 Regis to do so. We'll go to the basement, I guess, show it off, but again, we can't really do a whole lot here. I used the repel just to speed it up. Adds. Oh shoot, we don't actually have the Pokemon to get through here. So while that cut that visit a little bit short. Right, yeah, my bad. So we'll warp out, and then I will go to ad break. I mean, we need to kind of shuffle our team around, I guess. But yeah, we will resume shortly and continue our Pokemon adventure. And we are back. I actually really like this song, by the way. I still haven't actually bought the DLC, though. I have not played Jam at all in Strive. I haven't really played since the update period, though. In all fairness. I've just been too busy with other things, unfortunately, as much as I would like to be playing Strive right now. Alrighty, everything should be in order here. So let's resume. It's like, do I want to go to the bottom of Snow Point Temple if there's, pun intended, no point, because we can't catch Regigigas. Like, part of me is almost tempted to show it off, even though there's not really a major point to it. The other slightly disrespectful thing is we could just teach Garchomp most of these moves, probably. It probably wouldn't be the most efficient use of a Garchomp to just use it as an HM Pokemon, to be fair. So we'll swap back to B-Barrel. Imagine catching like a legendary and using it entirely for HMs. That'd be very silly. But I'm sure some people have done that. Given human natures need to mess around with stuff like that. I mean, I don't remember this being that bad, she says, knowing this will bite her in the ass, like, in a few minutes, saying, oh, this isn't that bad. Famous last words. Spoken by yours truly. Thank you for the hydration check. I will get on this while I pop this repel. I also need to move this to the top of the list now that I think about it. This is mostly what I'm using in this item tab. So yeah, we'll just run through here. I wish, you know, these games let you map L to A as a shortcut. I wish these games let you map B to A, because then I could basically play the game one-handed, which would be great when I'm trying to, you know, take a sip of tea. Like, I'm surprised I never thought of that, but now Switch just has custom mapping on an OS level, so it's not really a big deal. You have to do this little loop around to get over here. And from this point on, now we have the fun part. Ice physics puzzle. If you think I know what I'm doing, you would be sorely mistaken, because I don't. This looks correct, though, I think. Wait a minute, is it? Actually, wait a minute. What? I'm like, wait a minute. How do you get in there, actually? Like, genuinely, how do you get in there? It's like, am I just being dense? Because I genuinely don't see a path. Because, like, to stop you, you'd have to basically hit one of the rocks. But I don't see how to stop at a rock that will let you actually get farther. I think I'm just missing something obvious, but I'm like very confused. I can't move this, to my knowledge. Yeah, anyway, not that there's really much to see down here anyway, it's just Giratina. Not Giratina, Regigigas' like spawn area, which again, we can't really do anything with anyway, so again, I just was hoping to show it off, but I'm just like completely stumped as to how to actually do that. Which I felt bad about. I remember as a kid I also was bad at these puzzles, to be fair. I'm just trying things like combinations of... oh, duh. Okay, that was actually really easy. My bad. I could've sworn you had to do like a weird bike maneuver here. I'm trying to figure out how to get the Pokeball. I feel like you need to... oh, you push the rock. That's right. I could've sworn there's like some biking involved, but maybe thinking of emeralds, like secret areas. But yeah, as a kid, I tried to do as much as I could, especially when I had Emerald. And then eventually Fire Red. I definitely tried to get Regigigas legit, though they did give away a lot of Pokemon. That's something else I haven't really talked about. Is there were often distributions of rare Pokemon. In some cases they give out like event tickets to unlock special events. Other times they just give you the... why are you here? What? Wait a minute, why are you here? Hello? It's like, are you supposed to be here? I'm very confused. But I'm actually glad I came down here, because like I was not expecting Regigigas to just be here. If I can get to this damn solid ground. Yeah, now I'm just going in circles, basically. Okay, actually getting on that rock would probably be good, but how do you... oh, I see what you gotta do. You gotta go around. Like, you gotta get onto that, like, tri-patch and then go all the way around. But that appears to be easier said than done. Like, you gotta stop on that rock. Okay, I see it. This is easy. We go down here. Down one more, loop. And then this should put us here. And then we go down here. And then, voila. I'm saving. I don't know if it's gonna be like, oh, you can't do this because you don't actually have the Pokemon you need. Or if there's some weird quirk and I can actually fight it. In Platinum, specifically. So yeah, just in case, I'm gonna save, because I'm not bursting with confidence and catching a Regigigas right now. This is a very, very strong Pokemon. But now I'm just curious. I didn't think it would just be down here. It's a statue of a Pokemon that seems to exude power. Yuna read the engraved writing. A body of rock, a body of ice, a body of steel. When gathers the 3 Pokemon, the king shall appear. Okay, so this is telling us get the 3 Regis. You know, I was thinking something like glitched in my favor and I could just catch it, but that makes more sense. Well, that was a fun diversion that we can't do anything about, because I don't have an Emerald save file on hand. That's something you would need the PAL Park for, because that's for transferring Pokemon. But again, I would like to show off stuff like that at a later time. But for now, let's go talk to you over here. What is it? Do you want to sail to the battle zone? Oh, hi Cynthia. Long time no see. I thought you would come. I'm glad I waited for you. I think it's good that our world is constantly changing. Of course, I don't want it to become what only one person wants. A world like Cyrus envisions? No one would want that. The kind of world I want to see is where everyone can share their joy, where Pokémon and the people around them can be happy for each other. I want the world to become a place where everyone is smiling. The world could be so much better if we all tried to make it that way. I want you to keep traveling to many far-off places. I want you to keep meeting all kinds of people in Pokémon. I came all the way here just so I could say that to you. Your horizons will expand again if you visit the fight area as well. I hope our paths cross again. Horizons? Like Pokémon horizons? Aye aye then, let's set sail. I think we'll immediately be thrown into a hard battle. Actually, I should have kept Garchomp now that I think about it, because I think I would actually benefit from a ground type. I don't think I have a chance to change. Oh, hi. Oh, hey, Yuna, what took you so long? I'm filing you 100 million Poké Dollars. Actually, never mind the fine. Come with me, will ya? No, wait, this is a double battle, isn't it? New area. Damn, there's a lot of people. Oh, hi. Yuna, I tried to get into the battle frontier, which happens to be right here. Then these guys came along and got in my face about it. Like, they're saying they want to test me if I'm good enough and all that. Like, as if I need to prove anything. So let's team up, like we did at the Spear Pillar. Let's show these guys how good we are. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So there's an Elite Four and a Gym Leader. Well, we can whoop them. The situation just cooks. The drama and tension sizzles. Flint, the fiery master of fire Pokemon's going to put you to the test. Let's see how hot your spirit burns. I don't know how I managed to get myself into this, but show me the skills that got you through the Pokemon League. I picture Volkner sounding like Treble from Unbeatable. Just kind of like mellow, but also kind of done with everything. I can't remember if that's actually higher level than his Houndoom was just like 10 minutes ago. Nah, more like 20 minutes ago at this point. Yes, I'm being disrespectful to Barry, and I'm just gonna use Surf anyway, because it's our best option. Why would you... Wait, no, that would be super effective, yeah. That actually does make sense. But it also means I kind of just wasted Surf, because, you know, dual targeting. Again, we have nothing good against ground anyway, we're kind of just SOL, no matter what we do. Hey, look at the bright side, I didn't use Shockwave, so I didn't completely cook his Staraptor. Okay, no, I completely cooked the Staraptor, because why can I only get a crit when it's against like a double opponent? Like, what are the odds? Oh, that's gonna be a problem. Though I think you generally... No, you lean more special than physical. Ow. Oh right, you have a Torterra. Oh, you have ball capsules too, that's very snazzy. This could be really bad, actually. Okay, this is just... Yeah, no, this is really bad. This will probably KO. Yep, okay. So we are off to a good start here. Cool. I mean, we would have died from Earthquake anyway. The smart move on my part would have been to swap to Staraptor, but Thunderfang still would have hurt Staraptor a fair amount. So we're kind of SOL anyway. No real good options there. No, one downside is we'll get like no experience except for a Pokemon with the XP share. Which is fine, but it's just mildly annoying. Staraptor, go! Yeah, I think this is going to be the longest series on Fox Girls Favorites at this rate. So far, I need to clarify, because if I am planning to do, like... God, Xenoblade. then that's easily the longest. The other thing is, do I lump games together? I should ask Serena, actually. In terms of... well, that really sucks. In terms of Fox Girls favorites, should I lump Torna into 2? And should I lump Future Redeemed into 3? Because the funny part is I'm actually not as hot on Future Redeemed as a lot of the fan base. I think it's good, but I wasn't as wowed by it just because, you know, it was fun for character moments, but it wasn't as, like, satisfying thematically, because it was just kind of like the big fan service last hurrah of these characters. So it was, like, fine, but I actually missed a lot of the thematic elements of Base Game 3. Nice. And Splatoon is the same way, because, like, the funny part is with Splatoon is I'd rather play Octo. Like, for Fox Girls favorites specifically, I would prefer to play Octo expansion to actual Base 2. Like, genuinely. Because I'm not super hot on Base Game Splatoon's story. The part I really enjoy is actually the Octo expansion. So, like, would it be weird to just play Splatoon 2, but skip the base game story and just do Octo? Like, would that be weird? I feel like that'd be weird. Snorlax is probably just gonna Earthquake again, huh? Oh, that's an interesting strategy. Overheating, or like hitting Flareon with Fire Punch to charge it up, and then trying to go for an overheat. You have no feelings on base game Splatoon 2? That's kind of where I'm at. As someone who 1000%ed it, I'm not kidding. It's fine. It's just more of Splatoon 1 story mode. It's just something I'm very neutral on. And then, like, Octo Expansion is really fun, and then 3's campaign is actually an extension of Octo Expansion's core concept, and thus, I actually like 3's campaign a lot. And then Side Order, ironically, is just kind of whatever for me, because as much as... I'm not super into roguelikes, usually. So yeah, kind of ironic, where it's like, with 2 I like the DLC a lot more, with 3 I like the base game a lot more. But like, if I do Torna with 2, but then only do Octo Expansion, that'd be kind of weird. I don't know, that just feels weird to me. And maybe that's just my perfectionist nature kicking in. That battle was shockingly rough, actually. I was not expecting to struggle as much with that. Your toughness is something else. We were completely overwhelmed. Hey, don't burn out on us. Hey, don't burn out on us. Now you're just getting in the way. That was a blast. Our combination came up short, but you're also a lot tougher as well. Promise me we'll do this again. I'll see to taking this husk home. See, I got a lot tougher, yeah? Okay, I'm off to the front. What's all this about? What the? Daddy? Huh? Ah, if it isn't Barry, you've grown all sturdy. And Yuna too, I haven't seen you in a long time either. Barry, your mother told me you'd gone off to the battle zone, so I had to come running looking for you. So are you two going to take the Battle Frontier Challenge? The Frontier has 5 facilities that are all dedicated to battling. Each one has a unique set of rules, so they're all different. Of course, you have to be good. You have to be good to win at any of them. Anyway, I'm satisfied to see that you're both doing well. I'll go back to my usual place in the battle tower. I'll be looking forward to your challenge. My dad's cool, huh? I mean, when it gets right down to it. You think so too, right? He's a frontier brain after all. He's the tower tycoon. I want to be cool like my dad. You know, that's the one reason I decided to become a trainer. Oh, what am I going to do? Should I make the challenge now, or do I train some more? Okay, I've decided. I'm going to get tougher by a lot. I finally made it here. There's no need for haste now. Hey, just watched you two battle. You're something special, aren't you, beating an Elite Four like that? Oh right, howdy. The name's Buck. I'm usually training at the survival area or Stark Mountain. You should come up there. You'll get toughened up for sure. So that's our next story. Like, the last bit of story for this is going to Stark Mountain. Damn, Barry didn't even have the decency to heal a Pokemon. What the hell? Anyway, starting our tradition of talking to everyone. Yeah, I only did the one win in side order and then kind of forgot about it, if I'm being real. This just slipped my mind. Which makes me wonder how I'm gonna feel about Hades whenever I get to that. Because I want to play Hades soon. I kind of decided I might just shelf Pyre and just do Hades because that's what I'm more interested in. Fight area, battles galore. Route 225, road of challenges. Can we go over here? We can. What are you doing down here? Whenever I go to a new place, I get excited over what I might discover. But places I've visited before, even those places throw me with new discoveries. That's cool. What do you have to say? Your Pokemon are from Sinnoh, aren't they? They're not what we're used to seeing around here. There's no end to becoming tough. I just made that up, but it sounds kinda cool, huh? The Pokemon League's Elite Four come here sometimes. Yeah, we just saw one. I've battled many trainers over the years. I've gained some confidence in my skill levels too, but the world is still a huge place. It's not easy to win in life. The way the battle tower looms, it really is a wall that stands before every trainer. Yeah, I think in Diamond and Pearls, it was just a battle tower. Because of the volcano, the land around here is craggy. The rough terrain and all the ups and downs make it hard to hike. That makes sense. People are people, and I'm me. I don't like to be compared, but comparing with other people reveals things about yourself sometimes too. That's why you should check out the global terminal in Jubilife City. Even from here, we could see the peak of Mount Coronet. Most people didn't notice what happened up there, but I did. But I don't know what took place exactly or anything like that. Everyone's fanatical about battling here. Insightful in the battle zone. I guess we should go inside for a bit. Battle Frontier ahead, aim to win glory with Pokemon. We're gonna get creamed here if we actually try. Welcome to the Battle Frontier! This is your first visit, right this way please. We have a Versus Recorder, how nice! We upgraded Versus Recorders for first-time visitors for Battle Frontier use. I'll borrow yours for a moment. Let's see, slide open this part here and take a tack at ka-chunk there. All done, here you go. Yuna's Versus Recorder was upgraded. Other staff will be pleased to explain how the individual facilities of the Battle Frontier operate. I can go over general topics. Do you have any questions? Nope. We hope you enjoy your visit. The Versus Recorder sure is nifty. Touching the screen shows you how much BP you have. Battle Frontier is up ahead. What kinds of trainers will I see? What battles will I experience? It's a whole new adventure for me. My dream is to battle Palmer with the Battle Tower. I want to record it for posterity on my Versus Recorder, but I'm not good enough to battle my way with Palmer. To see Palmer, I'm heartbroken. The 5 facilities of the Battle Frontier are Tower, Hall, Castle, Factory, and Arcade. How do you make an acronym out of that? Rearrange those letters maybe. Fatch. Shaft. Nope, nothing works. Didn't anyone think of this? And that sucks. Oh my god, there's a lot of people here. I don't know how in-depth I want to go here. Battle Castle, manage battles with castle points. God, we could be here all day if I talk to all these people. Battle Arcade, where events sway outcomes. But yeah, this is basically the post-game of Platinum. Battle Factory, when consecutively with rental Pokemon. Ew. I assume there's one up here. Battle Tower, never lose, keep winning. Again, I think that's the main one from Diamond proper. And then finally, Battle Hall, let each Pokemon seek number 1. Again, typically I like talking to everyone, but also, a scale model of the Battle Frontier. That just makes me think of Oras. But yeah, we will be here all day if we talk to everyone. There are 5 facilities in the Battle Frontier. At every one, you can win your way through to challenge the boss. I think they're called brains, and they're out of this world tough. You know, when I lose, the first thing I do is look for who to blame, like the opponent cheated or I was unlucky or it's my Pokemon's fault. But I know I shouldn't do that. I won't get better unless I change. The Pokemon's type, the moves to be learned, the items to be held. If your aim is to be number 1 here, you can't overlook a single detail. Hello? I treat every battle as if it were my last. Going into battle willing to accept the loss, unforgivable, but losing is also inevitable if a trainer learns from it. That's actually very good advice. The most important person in the battle castle is a lady. Lady like a princess, I mean. What makes me the most happy being a trainer? The fact that Pokemon will always be with me. Behind every Pokemon, there's a story, isn't that right, dear? Like a Pokemon trainer, we have been together for a long time. Eventually, we will be parted. Until then, I will cherish the time we have, dearest. Oh. People expect so much from a maid, cooking, cleaning, and laundry, not to mention being good at training Pokemon. Damn. To be strong is to be weak, to be weak is to be strong. I was told that long ago, not that I have any clue what it means. Princess, you say, goddamn it, I knew that was coming. At the Battle Factory, you have to keep winning with rental Pokemon. It's a real test of your knowledge. It's perfect for a student like me. Battle Hall is where I want to be. Even the Magikarp I caught fishing has a shot at number 1. That's great, buddy. Again, don't know why this brings out the sass in me. My inflatable tube lets me ride out the ebbs and flows of life. Just showing up with an inner tube to this. There are those who love battling from deep in the cockles of their hearts. The people that gather here, that would be them. I don't know what that word means, actually. I wonder how many years it's been since I first met a Pokemon. How much time has passed for you and your Pokemon? Like 2 months? Trainers can command Pokemon to use moves in battle with confidence. They do that because trainers believe in their Pokemon. In turn, Pokemon repay that trust by using moves the best they can. This may seem obvious, but it's actually incredibly amazing. Battle Tower, its height is a symbol of its challenge to trainers. Yeah, no, I don't, I'm scared. Would you like some scratch-off cards? You may buy 3 scratch-off cards for 1 BP. Hidden on each scratch-off card are icons of Pokemon. You may scratch the obscuring film off a card 3 times. If the same icon appears 3 times, you will win a prize like a berry. Also, Ditto's icon can transform into any other Pokemon. Good luck matching Pokemon icons. Will you buy some scratch-off cards? No. Please visit again. Welcome to the Exchange Service Corner. Would you like to trade in your BP for some prizes? Okay, so this is like IV shit. Please save some BP and come see us again. Welcome to the Exchange Service Corner. Rare TMs. Goddammit, why Thunderwave? Here of all places. Did I talk to you? I know it's no revelation, but the way of Pokemon is deep. Damn, this deep, dude. I think I already talked to you. Again, we could explore the individual facilities, but my voice is actually getting shot from reading all this, so yeah, maybe another time if we have time at, like, the quote-unquote end of the playthrough, we might dabble a bit. What items should Pokemon hold? It's an important question. Here's something else to think about. Scope lens. Should one enhance a Pokemon's strong point or cover for a weakness instead? It's a dilemma that comes up every time I let a Pokemon hold an item. An item that guarantees you won't lose a battle. Ever lose a battle? They don't sell anything like that, yeah. Of course not. Nah, no, not that many. We actually didn't heal that much, all things considered. I'm actually very happy with how Cynthia and Co went. Again, most of this segment will just be me losing oxygen, trying to talk to everyone around the battlefield here, because, like... Yeah, no, not gonna lie, this much reading, with a respiratory condition, is not my favorite thing in the world. Like, I'm fine for the record, and I will be fine for the record, but, whew, okay. Yeah, a little bit winded, not gonna lie. Hello, who's in here? The best trainers from around the country. No, the best trainers from around the world gather at the battle zone. The battle frontier is as tough as they say. None of the facilities are cakewalks, that's for sure. To toughen myself, to toughen my Pokemon, for that alone I have come. Okay. Gotta heal up. You been there? Yeah. I have this thing where like one nostril, like it's a deviated septum is the term for it. So one nostril is like really small by comparison, and so like oftentimes I just, between that and allergies, I just cannot breathe out one side of my nose. Which is fun. Totally not inconvenient at all. So we can just go either way here. I don't know if I want to go this way, actually. If I want to go the other way to, like, Stark Mountain, I think that actually makes more sense. The other thing is I can sometimes hear, like, a little, like... I don't know how to describe it, but there's definitely, like, a noise in my ear because of how stuffy I am. Like, I can hear it kind of, like... It doesn't sound clear, it sounds kind of muffly. Yeah, this is like the way back from like the resort area once we're done there, so we'll loop around potentially if I have that much patience and don't just fly over it, because that is also an option. But I want to go this way. Did I talk to that guy? I don't remember if I did actually. He might give me a fishing rod. A super rod, a super rod is really good, wouldn't you agree? We have identical minds. Take the super rod. Neat. Wherever there's water, try your luck at fishing. Neat. Okay. To the north is the survival area and then Stark Mountain. The road there's too tough for me to travel though. Are you stocked up on Pokeballs? In the tall grass past here, you'll find interesting Pokemon. Like Pokemon you never see anywhere else in Sinnoh. I say so I'll probably just repel through everything. I'm scared. Yeah, no, I feel like I'm underprepared for this. Oh my god, a Pokemon I've never seen before. Totally have seen a Machoke before. Oh, this song is like burned into my subconscious. I'm having flashbacks. Not like negative flashbacks, but definitely flashbacks. Where the hell did I put that? You can also like use the touchscreen to spin the Pokeball on the bottom to make it go faster. It's definitely annoying locking quality of life behind a gimmick. IMO, that's just kind of an annoying thing. More than anything, it's like more annoying than cool to me. But that's just me. Anyway, I've got a lot of trainers to fight here. Oh shoot, we're gonna get a double battle in a weird orientation. In the embrace of Mother Nature, people in Pokemon grow strong. I let my bird Pokemon carry me to wherever, and so here I am. You're challenged by Pokemon Ranger Ashley and Bird Keeper Audrey. This feels like an interesting pairing. Yeah, allergies are fun. I had to just stop and clear my throat. I hope it muted in time. It should be a one and done, because we got an ice type move for the flying type and a fighting type move for the normal type. Yeah, like the normal trainers levels are actually comparable to like Elite Four. This is definitely designed to be a post-game area. I might just end up not doing this in full. I would like to get to the resort area, which is kind of at the end of this little loop here, and then it loops back to the main battle zone. But I would like to do Stark Mountain, just because that's where the last little bit of story is. Arbok and Pidgeot. Hey, is Staraptor faster than Empoleon? This might be a mistake, actually, but we'll see. Cool, okay, I mathed it correctly. So yeah, deliberately just getting Staraptor the hell out of there before trying to surf. This won't KO because it's not super effective, but it should deal a decent chunk of damage. Did I say gastric acid? Okay, so that will hit both. Because Staraptor comes down this turn. I don't know if that'll KO. Barely. From the slow speed of it. And then we got Ice Beam to finish you off. It's just smooth sailing. There are a couple other events I might show off once we're done in this area, because again, I think likely it will take at least a stream or the next stream, and then maybe one after to get through what I want to show of the battle zone. So once we're done with that, if we have enough time left over, I would like to again do like Fago Ironworks, Pal Park, and also another legendary event that I'm not going to catch because it's another roaming legendary and they can GTFO with that nonsense. I do not like roaming legendaries. Your Pokemon is so muscular, it makes me sigh seeing them. What? Sheesh, I arrive in a new place and it turns out to be the battle zone. Hey, this is the only way I'll ever get a 50-60 with that money amount. After this, you will send out your Pokemon to do battle. Okay, Psychic. That's neat, so you guys know what training type this is. Psychic Daisy? Slowpoke? I don't know what type Slowpoke is, actually. I want to say you're water, or at least part water, like water normal or something. Huh. That was neutral. That was not effective. So that just makes me wonder, what the hell are you? Like, genuinely, I don't know what Slowpoke's type is. Okay, that's also not effective, so you're probably water type. That's actually not a bad thing. Okay, that's kind of a bad thing. If it had healed slightly less, I would have been able to take it out this turn, but that probably won't be enough, actually. You're gonna heal again, aren't you? You're just gonna be annoying as hell. Okay, so in that case, I'm just gonna swap if you're gonna be like this. So yeah, hopefully allergies clear up soon. Well, they never clear up. That's the funny part for me, is like my allergies are bad like year-round, which is fun. Like, I never really get a break from some level of respiratory problem, which is neat. Wow, that did not give much in the way of experience. That's mildly disappointing, actually. I was hoping for a little bit more. See, that just makes me think of the, like, Slowpoke or Slowbro. I forget which— is it a Slowking? It might be a Slowking, actually. It like talks about, like, not having pants in Pokemon 2000. It's like, I don't know if that's a dub decision, or just, like, wasn't the original. There's a lot of things that are like that, where it's like, is that for kidsism, or is that, like, actually a thing they said in the original? It's hard to tell sometimes. Speaking of which, I've actually, thanks to Serena, I've been getting into One Piece a fair amount, and that's been something. After this, I will reluctantly hand over the prize money to you. You should have seen this coming. You should have planned better. Slowpoke is Psychic Water? Ah, that's why. Thank you! I'll try to remember that for the future. Me and my absolutely bad memory. But yeah, One Piece has been fine. My main issue is just pacing. Which I'm under the impression it's not gonna get any better in terms of that complaint. Oh my god, there's too much to do here. I'm having executive dysfunction, there's too many paths. I'm at the point where I'm like, if I don't fight every trainer here, I might just have to be content to move on. We don't really need to level up that much more. You're worried that remembering Pokemon types and what beats what. Yeah, there was one Pokemon, it was Drapion, that I thought was gonna be vulnerable to Ghost, but it's not. And I don't know why, because every wiki I've seen says it should be vulnerable to Ghost. or like normal effectiveness with Ghost, and it's not in this gen. And I don't know what causes it to not work in this gen. It drives me slightly insane how much there's slight variations in what's effective or not from game to game. It's just like purposefully designed to screw with you if you're memorizing type charts across every gen. This is a very good song. It's very Gen 4 though. Like sound font and everything. We go on patrol to make sure there's nothing strange going on, and occasionally we battle. See, again, this goes into the whole how normal I was about Pokemon. I played Ranger just because I really wanted a Manaphy, because I loved the Manaphy movie. Still flying, that's like 4 times weak, isn't it, to ice? I think. Or is that neutral? I think that's neutral. Huh, I wonder if Steel's not weak to ice then. Again, shows how much I know. But the other thing is, yeah, I just really like the Manaphy movie. I can't explain it. A lot of people didn't at the time. A lot of people thought it was really like one of the worst, and it's like, but it's my favorite. Flash forward to the next like 10 years of being a Pokemon fan. It's like, that's like, girl, that's not gonna get any better for you. Having hot Pokemon takes is not ever gonna stop happening. Oh, honey. You sweet summer child, if only you knew the amount of people who would be arguing with you about your Pokemon takes in the future. You didn't touch Pokemon until 2016, that is fair. At that point I was very excited for Sun and Moon, probably. Again, I have the very hot take of I kind of didn't vibe with Black and White. Black and White are like almost universally considered the best ones. I don't have very strong opinions on them, they're just kind of neutral to me. And I've discovered if you tell that to someone who really likes Black and White, it's a great way to get into an argument or have people judge you. And that's just kind of the story of my life when it comes to Pokemon, and actually media takes in general, is that people will get very judgmental if you disagree with them on, like, something. And a lot of times it's kind of, it feels artificial to me, where it's like if everyone is just obsessed over Pokemon Black and White, it just kind of makes me feel like it's a hive mind. I don't know if that's like too harsh. Are you just gonna be an asshole, like, and just flinch my Pokemon constantly? Okay, it's not a guaranteed flinch. Gee, I wonder what Serena's favorite Pokemon gen is. That's slightly sarcastic. It doesn't have to be the obvious. Thanks much. Okay, Tom Nook. You asshole. Just constantly flinching. But because it's not even Black and White's fault, inherently. Again, what happened was I binged so much Pokemon to the point of burning out when Black and White were about to come out, because I played 4 gens, essentially 3 remakes, going up to that point. There's something missing in the way I battle. I'm coming here to find it. So by the time Black and White came out, I didn't vibe with it. I didn't do much of the post-game at all in that game. And so then, by the time X and Y came out, I was actually feeling better about Pokemon again. So I actually vibed with that more. And then, lo and behold, X and Y are like the 2 games that like most people don't like. So that's fun. That's delightful. To just have people get on you for also liking the game that's the bad one, TM. As in trademark, not technical machine. So yeah, my takeaway is I'm just not gonna talk Pokemon opinions past Gen 5 because it's just a minefield. It's just kind of how my feelings on that go. Brava's ground flying, I think? Maybe? Ground flying. Wait a minute, it was a bug something. I have no idea. I'm gonna Ice Beam it. Because, like, there's a high chance Ice Beam's gonna be good on it, just because of the likely typings of it. I don't even know what you evolve into. I totally forgot you existed. Again, not a Pokemon master. I see it now. I know what I lack. I see it now. It goes into another story. Flygon, right. Thank you. I see it now makes me think of how another game I was considering. Oh wait, we'll talk to you. Isn't it hot in the Battle Zone? Why not let your Pokemon drink this? Fresh water. Water is the wellspring of life. Having said that, no one knows where Pokemon originated. It's Arceus, probably. But I was so normal about Sonic Unleashed as a kid. I remember getting the game for Christmas adjacent. My family's like religious history is complicated, but just like literally sitting there playing the game and singing like Endless Possibility. I was such a Sonic nerd. But yeah, Sonic Unleashed almost made the cut for Fox Girls favorites. I might still be in the bonus list. I've also thought about just doing a Sonic Wii marathon. Because, like, what games are there for, like, the Wii? Secret Rings, Black Knight, ew. I pumped up my gang till they can't get pumped no more. You're going to school your Pokemon. So, Secret Rings, Black Knight, Unleashed Wii, because, yeah, for Fox Girls favorites, it actually would be the Wii version of Unleashed specifically. Because that is the version I grew up with. I did play HD eventually, but it was a little bit later when I had a PS3. Because in 2008, I didn't even have a PS3 at that point. Because it was still like $500. Me as a kid being heavily sad that I would not be able to play Sonic 06 at launch. This is not a bit. Even though the game was like a 43 out of 100, I still wanted to play that because I was so normal about Sonic, and I eventually did, and then was like, you know what, Sonic 06 is overhated, and now I'm one of those fans who's like, you know what, Sonic Forces is actually not that bad. Did I say Forces? I meant 06. But yeah, like 06 I think is overhated, but I also don't think it's good. It's a weird middle ground. You love that your girlfriend is an 06 defender? Oh my god. You're welcome? Question mark. If Marathon... God, I can't say Marathon because people will think Bungie. If Project Marathon is done by the end of the year, do not be surprised if I end up playing the recomp of Sonic 06 for the anniversary of Sonic 06. Don't be surprised, because I genuinely had that idea pop into my head. It's like, you know what, the recomp's probably going to be done by then. They might actually drop the recomp for the anniversary, though that's still like 7 months away. But even then, the point still stands. Like, do not be shocked if I end up streaming 06 at some point in this year. The other thing is, if it's a recomp, that means it would include a bunch of stuff in the original. I would try to figure out how to get co-op working, and that'll drag Serena into it, probably. This charge is a decent move, actually. 80 and deals paralysis, but it's also special. We're waiting for PO6's last release. Yeah, I'm a weirdo, though, who actually finds Project 06 mildly off-putting in how much it's different. My bunch got schooled, and how? Yeah, it's not really 06, and that's why it kind of drives me insane a little bit. It's like in an uncanny valley where it feels wrong, even though it's objectively better. Like, Sonic 06 isn't Sonic 06 without a little crust on the edges, I guess. Like, if you can't just, you know, clip out of bounds through a wall by pushing a box into yourself, is it really Sonic 06? But that's just me being a purist, in some ways. It's a different take on it, yeah. What the hell, did I just go on a loop? Yeah, like, I think both have a reason to exist, because obviously I don't recommend vanilla 06 to anyone. I was talking to this about Serena the other day, where it's like I'm someone who actually liked Paper Mario Sticker Star at launch, and I feel like I got kind of bullied out of being able to have that opinion, to be blunt. And Serena's like, then I'll play it, and then I'm like, oh honey, I love you, but, and I appreciate that, but I also wouldn't will Sticker Star on someone. For the opponents, the search for them tries me to travel far. Like, I remember enjoying that game to a degree. It's like a 6.5 out of 10 kind of a game for me. Why not? Because I don't want you to put yourself through that. It's not a good game. Objectively speaking, it's not a good game. And that's like the frustration, where it's like I enjoyed it even though it's objectively not good, and that's how I feel about 06 too. Except I think, this is insane to say actually, this is weird to say this. I think Sticker Star is more of a punching bag on the internet in its current iteration of the internet than 06 is nowadays. Because when people think 06, people think Project 06 now, to the point where it's kind of like turned people around on Sonic 06 in a way that people are actually kind of okay with it now. Like, Sticker Star is just, what you see is what you get. And yeah, it's got so many objective choices that I think are bad, to the point that I don't fault anyone for disliking it as long as you don't get really mean about it, which unfortunately it's the internet, so people get really hostile about it. The problem with me is I personally believe that everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Just God, people need to present them in a way that doesn't make me feel like shit. Because that's actually the problem with the way people tend to give me their opinions on works of media I enjoy. Hello. I've certainly found a tough adversary in you. It's ultimately the problem of the internet doesn't allow... Basically, it can be summed up as character limits. Like, the Twitterification of the internet kinda just meant that, like, a lot of people truncate thoughts in ways that don't properly convey what they mean, and they just come off like assholes. You have an opinion that's a fact, you are very pretty, well, aw, thank you. I do my best. I don't know why I always respond with I do my best, because it's like, you know, if people think I'm pretty, I don't, it's not like I do makeup or anything. I'm not about that life. Survival area, okay. Oh shoot, hi. Jump scare. See that the potential of Dragon Pokemon, the championship is within my sights. How did you get here if you're not done the Elite Four yet? You don't either and you call me cute? I mean, that's because you are. I can list like 5 things about you, like, right now that make you cute. Like, objectively cute. But yeah, I just kind of feel like... I think Pokemon, as much as people dunk on Sonic fans for having, like, the thinnest skin, I think Pokemon fans are worse. I think that's, like, a safe take to have, is that Pokemon fans just do not tolerate a certain set of opinions, it feels like, and it just kind of ends up feeling like a hive mind to me, where it's like, what if you don't like this game? Like, some people don't like Heart Gold Soul Silver, and that's... Like, if someone tells me they don't like Heart Gold Soul Silver, I'll just be like, shrug. You do you. But I'm not gonna, like, judge them for it, but that's how a lot of the Pokemon fan base is. It's like, I will judge you for this opinion. What the hell type is Altaria? I can never remember. Are you Dragon? Resist the urge to go for the low-hanging fruit. Fly Dragon. I always think it's... Isn't it Fly Fairy in Gen 6 onwards? Because I swear that's the case. Like, that this gains a fairy type at some point. Which is also why it's probably the bane of my existence. 1107. Hey, 7-Eleven. Potential doesn't mean I can win, damn right. Mega isn't a fairy? Got it, that's why I always get tripped up. You know, I always say I want to talk to all the NPCs, I never talk to them for post-battle dialogue, unless I accidentally talk to them. Mostly just because I'm trying to get a move on. Route 225, survival area. So this is kind of like our last major town, survival area, staging point. Trainers who lose at the battle frontier come here to train. The door's shut tight, members only is painted on it. I actually don't remember what that's about. Hi. I'm a cameraman, obviously. Have you seen that TV program, Search for the Red Gyarados? Yeah, that outstanding documentary. I filmed it. Hell yeah, Kanto synergy. See, the Kanto pandering has been happening for a while. So there's a move that doubles the power of the Pokemon using it as poison, paralyzed or burned. I've got the technical machine for it right here, you want it? Meaning of life. Facades a good move for your Pokemon to have. Your Pokemon will think twice about poisoning or paralyzing your Pokemon. Cool. I'm taking the Frontier Challenges to score some commemorative prints. Interesting. It feels like a difficult way to get prints. Hey traveling trainers, your big bag full of items? Or is it full of dreams? Damn, that got existential quickly. I was on a 54 win streak, if only I'd used that move when... A word of advice from a grizzled mountain man. Stark Mountain is a harsh place that's rife with fire-type Pokemon. Water-type Pokemon moves should take the edge off. That's my advice, you'd best heed it, no joke. Oh, that's good timing. Again, might as well keep stocking up on these. Again, we might actually get to Stark Mountain. I don't think we can beat Stark Mountain tonight. That's kind of the sticky situation we found ourselves in. It's just like not having like a good stopping point at this point. Which again, I might end up just doing some time filler stuff if we get through this quickly. Also, ads are starting, so we will pause here. Save the game, which might take the entire duration of waiting for the ads to start, knowing how this game operates. Actually, that was fast for this game. And then we'll see what else we can do in the final hour of today. Hi. Hello. I have returned. So let's see how far we can get in the last hour. Yeah, I'm low energy. Oof. We'll push through, and again, it feels good to actually be on track for streaming. And here we are. So, where do you go from here is the million-dollar question. I should probably heal first, actually. Some say the universe was shaped by something born from an egg. A man I met long ago told me that. Yeah, trans people can really do anything, huh? The building next door? I see gym leaders go in and out every so often. In a multi-battle, coordination with your partner is vital. By working together, 1 plus 1 could become not just 2, but even 3 or 4. 1 times 1 is always 1. Do you understand that? That's great, buddy. So yeah, I think that's like a house for like rematches. You can unlock the ability to do like special fights, like with harder versions of the gym leaders or something. I don't entirely remember how that works, I'm gonna be real. But yeah, I hope everyone's having an alright Friday the 17th. This day does not feel as lucky as I wish it did, given my history with my lucky number. It's not unlucky, it's also just not terribly lucky. Where the hell does this go? Red shard, cool. And yeah, my day's been adequate, I would say. If you share your shards with me, I can teach some moves. Would you like me to teach a move? Which Pokemon should I teach? Which move should be taught to Empoleon? I don't want any of those. See you then. I started living here where no one could reach me without using rock climb. I came because I got sick and tired of seeing people. When I stopped seeing people, I began to look forward to visitors. Where one lives can change people in Pokemon, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's valid. What does this say, actually? Check the move you want taught to see what charts you need. Oh my god, you have a lot. Cool. Again, this is like for, you know, online battles and Battle Frontier prep, which I do not care about. I never was super into Battle Frontier, that's why when Oras didn't have Battle Frontier and people were losing their minds, I was like, shrug. Hi, hello, did I do it? Yes, I did it. I beat the game, and now I'm just going through the battle zone. I took great pains raising my partners. I'll show you how strong I made them. Hi, welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone's doing well. I always said that. Within the span of this like segment. And again, as a reminder, I cut down streams to like hour chunks based on ad breaks traditionally in order to put them up as like individual episodes on YouTube. This is gonna be like a 30 to 40 video series. This is gonna be a long one. But a couple episodes are gonna be kind of hodgepodge together. Same thing happened with Super Paper Mario because of how scuffed the Pit Punch Trials was. That ended up being kind of like cut down from the traditional episode format. Which is fine, it just was not ideal. Dying 70 floors into the pit. And yeah, like I don't know how much I'll keep of the refight with Cynthia, given that that segment actually was about an hour. So yeah, I have no clue how I'll cut down everything. So yeah. Next one I have to edit is Galaxy, which is very funny. There's a bit early on in Galaxy, oh, it needs to be leveled more, yeah. It's not even a Hitmon top. Is that right? Yes, I'm good at Pokemon. What was I saying? It's funny editing the current part of Galaxy because that was when suddenly Serena started showing up a lot. I wonder why. At one point, Star also showed up conveniently in time for me to get the green star buoy base, so that was just very funny, having to like play it somewhat coy. I say somewhat very loosely. God, none of us were good at keeping that like under wraps. I have kind of mixed feelings on it, where I actually kind of didn't hate that, just from the perspective of it kind of was nice to sort out feelings in a less public environment, if that makes sense. Not like, you know, immediately be like, hey, we're dating, like day one, and then all the implications thereof. Like having a little bit of time to kind of like feel out the dynamic, I think was actually helpful. If that makes sense. Anyway, double battle time. My Pokemon grew up in the arms of Mother Nature. They're tough. How do you do? I'm Stanley and I'm a dragon trainer. A dragon tamer. What do you say we let our Pokemon have it out? Sound okay to you? Peter, when did you figure it out if you're here paying attention? That's a good question that I would also be curious in. Dratini and Fury. Oh, I was just talking about like relationship stuff, and I think Serena's asking if you figured it out before we told you. Ice is good against either of these, actually. Wow, I don't have much to work with here. I guess I'll swap if you're a bird trainer. Dragon and bird's a weird combo, because both are weak to ice. If you had something to, like a dual hit ice move, that'd be great, because then you could just take out both immediately. Like, from people I've talked to who actually figured it out without, like, directly being told, Scarlet was one, which tracks. Yeah, it was kind of interesting trying to play it slightly coy, and slightly coy meaning not very coy at all. A lot of people, I think, when told, were like, neat. I think the people who are most surprised are the ones that are just kind of like in the circles, but just not exactly in the circles. Yeah, that's fair, Peter. A lot of interactions move to private, like DMs, just to avoid slipping up at a certain point. Which also probably explains why we just kind of disappeared in November at a certain point in December, just because, like, that is the one aspect I do feel bad about. It's just how, like, we just kind of dropped off the face of the planet in some ways. I don't know if I want to keep burning Ice Beam this much. The Spark... No, you go first now. That's... interesting. Yeah, I agree, Pat Peter. But also, with, like, Mario Galaxy, oh. How can you be tougher than Mother Nature? Victory, that is victory for you. Yeah, good job. Serena says her favorite reaction was Trill because she was genuinely so excited. Yeah, and it's like, that's someone who I don't think would be as immediately, like, connected to us to the point of either, like, picking up hints or signals, or... but still enough to be excited. Yeah, I'm happy for her, too. I don't know her super well, but she seems nice from all the interactions I've had. There are a lot of people I just have not talked to enough. Like, in some cases that I would like to talk to more, but just I've been kind of in my own little bubble of a polycule, essentially, so I haven't branched out as much as I would like, if I'm being honest. Oh my god, what is this route? I didn't remember there being water here. Oh, there's gotta be some in the grass here, but I'm not patient enough to dig it out. Well, we're hitting the water, so let's swap over to Luxray, I guess. Because a lot of water Pokemon probably are in our future. This also is probably a place that has like a hidden item. I'm just gonna do that, yeah. Heart scale, that makes sense. But yeah, it's been interesting. Again, just hit, what, 5 months at the time of this stream? I want to be with my water Pokemon, that's why I swim. Again, I realize that, you know, when I talk about things like this, I kind of date the recordings for when I upload them to YouTube, because, like, going an hour a day and, like, 3 days a week means, oh shoot, this playthrough that took a certain amount of streams across, like, a month, it's gonna take, like, a lot longer, like, it's essentially, if I do 3-hour streams and cut them into hour-long segments, that's essentially tripling the videos compared to the number of streams on average, unless there's an exception like Super Paper Mario with the pit going south. So for example, this won't be uploaded to like the main YouTube channel. It'll be up on the VOD channel right away, but it won't be on the main YouTube channel until like this video in particular probably won't be up until like sometime in like September. I'm already scheduled through July of whatever was before Galaxy. I forget what was actually. I think it was Super Paper Mario, yeah. And that's not going up until like beginning of July. So like between Melee being a couple videos, that one won't be that bad. Now, it's only one stream. I wish I had dedicated 2 streams just to do event mode. Glub, I'm sinking. Like, I almost feel like I cheaped out with Melee and didn't do as much as I should have with that game. Hey, konnichiwa, glad to meet you, Guten Tag. I'm the Meister. In this language's parlance, I would be called the craftsman. Something like that. Ne shipa. Comprendo. So, sniff, I smell you. I smell something about you. There's no question you're a lover of Pokemon just like me. This is Wonderbar, so this is what I will do. I will power up your Pokédex so you can read the descriptions of Pokemon in other languages. J. Sweet de Soleil, but not for all Pokemon, however. Only the Pokemon of countries the Meister have visited. Now may I see your Pokédex? Now I changed the setting here for this here and done. Now you may read the descriptions of the Meister's Pokemon favorites in other languages. How uber? There's something scribbled on this notice. The world-traveling Meister has visited over 150 countries, but the world remains as big as ever. Imagine knowing that many languages. Couldn't be me. I keep saying I want to brush up on Japanese, and I want to learn Korean. Those are like my main language goals. What the hell is this guy doing down here? Problem is, learning languages is hard and time-consuming, and most of the time is being spent being gay at the moment, so... I don't know if I have my priorities in order or not based on that. Me and my Pokemon are pumped up and ready to go all out. Like the KDA song. Is that a KDA song, All Out? No, wait. I think I'm just talking out my ass here. Despite the connection to Idol, I'm not like an expert on KDA. So, speaking of Idol, I guess they're doing an opening for another anime. They did one for Bakugan of all things. Or was it Beyblade? It might have been Beyblade actually. But apparently they were also doing an opening for some rom-com anime about like some otaku guy in high school in a love triangle with like two pretty women kind of a thing. Again, my first thought on seeing the trailers, damn, this could have been Yuri. And I think it would actually be more enjoyable as a Yuri. Ow, I just hit my knee against a table. I think it'd be more enjoyable as a Yuri. Just because I feel like... maybe it's just me, but I'm biased. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I think it hasn't started if they're just announcing the opening. Unless it's like something ongoing. Our muscles are deflating. Damn, you got anchor arms over here. My attitude towards all these trainers I keep beating are like, damn, sucks to be you. It's like, I'm normally not this feisty. I'm feistier to CPUs than like, you know, actual people. 1 or 2 episodes are out. Yeah, I don't even remember the name of it because the video I saw was in Japanese. Route 227 and Route 228. You know what this calls for? Checking the town map. So that's to the mountain. This is to resort. Maybe we should go to the resort first. Just check it off. Check off a box. I've been wondering about this, but no one can tell me. Why doesn't anyone study the molting of Pokemon? I think there would be a lot you could tell from their molts. A strong but a solitary presence, or the weak that massed together. Who can say which is better? Damn, that got deep fast. Oh no, deep hurting. I forgot there was a sandstorm. Oh no. My quest for power brought me here. It was beneath the desert sand that I toughened my body and soul. Accept my challenge, hurrah! It must be fun at parties. See, because apparently from my recollection of Idol trivia, one of the not main members, that's not entirely true. One of the members of Idol is a huge One Piece fan. There's actually like a lot of times when there's a K-pop release, they do a bunch of different little like fan signings to promote it. Little like small fan performances as like a pre-order thing. You can win a chance to like meet them kind of a thing. I attend like a small like performance, but like people bring gifts and everything. Anyway, just slightly off topic, but at one of these like signing events, one member of Idol literally dressed up as Nami from the movie One Piece Stampede, and I'm just kind of wondering, it's like, what if Idol does a One Piece opening someday? I feel like there's an above zero chance of that potentially happening someday, and that's like weird to think about a little bit. I say it's weird to think about because it's like it'd be a crossing over of two things that there are hyperfixations for, because like a lot of my friends are getting into One Piece at the moment, so it'd be actually very funny to have like a K-pop fandom crossing over with One Piece given the current circumstances. Not that my friends would even get to that opening in a really long time, because it'd have to be like episode like 1200 or something. My spirit is broken. Damn, that was easy. Please don't hold anything back. Damn, okay. No chill. Moira. That just makes me think of that one voiced bit about Gloria from Swish. I call it Swish because it's SWSH, Sword and Shield, being Scottish and just cussing out a trainer. Moira. I can't not do a Scottish accent, that'll be a problem in like 2 years from now. I need to figure out how to do a Welsh accent for two reasons. Because if someone eventually ends up playing Xenoblade 3, that might come in handy, and 2, I might also play Xenoblade 2 and 3 on stream. The other problem with Fox Girls Favorites, I have no clue if I should play Xenoblade 1 or not. Because it wouldn't technically count for Fox Girls Favorites, but also it's kind of important story-wise, so it'd be weird to leave out. Like, would it be weird to just skip Xenoblade 1 and just be like, hey, pretend there's context? Maybe make it like a donation goal incentive or something. Just to have a reason to play it, but also not inherently derail the series unless there's a special occasion. If that makes any sense the way I described it just now. But yeah, watching a little bit of One Piece, I'm enjoying it well enough, but I'm also not like deep into it to be like super into it. Like, it's been enjoyable, but it's also not like incredible because I'm still in the early parts of it. Like, still just kind of starting out and hoping for the best. Like, what, 17 episodes in? Because of course. So moving on to some other arc. Insightful. My biggest hurdle... Oh, what the hell's this for? My biggest hurdle with One Piece is just, like... I'm not a shonen girly. I'm not. Like, the fight scenes lose me. I'm gonna be real. They're kinda cool, and they do some unique, like, gimmicks to some of them, but on the whole, I kind of just zone out during battles, and, like, a lot of One Piece's fighting, to the point that that's the part I'm, like, not entirely vibing with. Your quest for power has brought you here. Very well, let me reward your passion with some absolutely astounding moves. They're all the ultimate moves. Shall I teach them to your Pokémon? To which Pokémon shall I teach a move? So these are like the really broken moves. Should I teach Hydro Cannon to Empoleon? Nah. Well, that's fine as well. Visit if you have a change of heart. If you are visited by a phantom thief, come back here. To the Pokemon listed here, the ultimate moves may be taught. The Blazing Fire Pokemon, Charizard, Typhlosion, Blaziken, Infernape. The Restless Water Pokemon, Blastoise, Ralligator, Swampert, and Empoleon. The Quiet Grass Pokemon, Venusaur, Meganium, Sceptile, Torterra. So the starters up to this point. Oh my god, this route's long. I don't know if we're getting through this in 30 minutes. Yeah, I'm not, like, not vibing with it, but I also still feel like I'm too early to, like, vibe with it, if that makes sense. Oh shoot, hi. Dragon Pokemon are sacred beings, that's what my master taught you, and now I'll prove it to you! Like, I'm into it for the character stuff, but when it just gets into, like, a shonen battle arc, it kinda loses me. Especially because I can already tell power creep is a problem. Alright, one-shotted you. You're like Dragon Ground, aren't you? So, like, yeah, no, you're double screwed. Okay. Another game I thought about replaying is Persona 5 Royal. The problem is I don't have a save file anymore. And also wouldn't transfer to PS5 anyway, so, yeah, I'd have to do a vanilla run, which sounds like a bad time. Sounds kind of miserable doing like a non-New Game Plus run. Not good enough, we're still not strong enough. Damn, so many of these trainers are just like overachievers. Like, there's merit in being happy with the skill level you're at, I think. It's also a video game, so... Have you any knowledge of levels or the stats of Pokemon? Well, I do! Okay, Hwarong, calm down. I don't even know enough about Tekken, I just know, like, mostly that one voice clip. I really want to play more Tekken, though. I hear Season 3 is turning around. I heard they just announced a patch and people are like, oh my god. People are actually mildly happy with Tekken at the moment, from what I was seeing. Imagine that! But yeah, I genuinely want to play Tekken 8 at some point. The only problem is, if I want to dedicate time to Strive right now, it's like, oh, there's too many fighting games at the moment. That did less than I thought it would. Oh no, that's gonna KO, isn't it? Yeah, because even though it's not effective, it's still a hard-hitting move. Yeah, just get sand in your eye. Sure. Trace Damp, that's great, God of War. I forgot what I was even talking about. I'm just in pure ramble, like stream of consciousness mode. I don't know what I'm saying half the time. Electric. Damn, wouldn't it be a great time to have like a ground type move? Or a ground type Pokemon for that matter. That might KO at half health. Okay, that's arguably worse, actually. The problem I have with Sandstorm and Snowstorm, or Hail more specifically, is it needing to tell you about it every damn turn in a gen that's already really slow. So like, it's not even that dangerous, it's just such a pace breaker. Like, it's just a time waster more than anything. Again, if we keep getting paralyzed, which knowing my luck will keep happening, yeah, no, we don't... we might be here for a bit. And you still have one more Pokemon after this, too. And you're faster than us. Because of course you are. I'm just counting on Stab for this. I don't think this will KO, though. Nope, barely not. Actually might be enough. Nice. Not the most, honorable way to win that, but I'll take it. Hey, level 57. Sand Slash, that's actually nice to see. Oh my god, someone I'm actually effective against. No, like, caveats of like, oh, I don't know how to deal with this. But yeah, with anime lately, I just have not gotten into much recently. I keep talking about watching anime and then never do. There's a lot of Yuri at the moment. Here's a fun thing. Like, genuinely, there's like a weird overabundance of Yuri. I like how you attack. Most of it's very messed up Yuri too, which is definitely appealing to some. I'm kinda hit and miss on toxic Yuri myself. Like, sometimes I enjoy it, other times I prefer the like sweet and sappy kinda romance. Then there's Doomed Yuri, which happens a lot. What's that trope name? Bury Your Gaze, I think. So yeah, it's fun. Protector, cool. For a Pokemon I'm not using a method I cannot use to evolve it. I already fought you, didn't I? Yeah. I don't know why you went back underground. Wait, is there a cave here? What is this? Heartstone, okay. Almost missed that. I actually don't know if there's any way to dispel a sandstorm in this game. I need to get better at my biking if I want to get through Wayward Cave later. You can actually just kind of skip most of this route if you just go over like that. But where's the fun in that? Actually, you skip only like one trainer. Like one trainer battle, 2 trainers. Actually no, it'd be faster to go down here and go around. Oh good, just what we need, more sandstorm. People of nature, Pokemon, harmony is essential. Are you getting worn out from all the running you've done? You know, it's kind of it just occurred to me, if the timing of this had worked out better, it would be funny to rate a very specific person who we got the reference I keep making. Which is Mystery Science Theater for the record. Yeah, Sandstorm. It's funny, rewatching that movie recently, it's like, wow, this wasn't actually as bad as I remember it being. Like, I remember it being worse. Like, you know what? I've seen worse. And works that are not considered riffable. That didn't do much, actually. Probably need a water type move, which I unfortunately don't have much of. I might get rid of Drill Peck, actually. I'm not really using it, and Waterfall might be a better bet, actually. Please hit the Pokemon that's not weak to it. I mean, that's fine too. I'll take that. Sometimes I also worry about the audio levels on my stream. Like, I feel like I'm coming in quiet at the moment. Oh my god, it's an Empoleon. Well, that's awkward. Oopsie, misclick. Misinput. I'm gonna do this. You're faster, right? You're not gonna get washed away. It's not gonna do much on... Actually, wait a minute. Steel isn't weak to water. So yeah, that's not gonna do much. That's fine. I'm mostly just going after later on. Get you out of here so we have less ground typing to worry about. And rock typing. Assuming that's what it is, I actually don't know. Okay, so Fly's not gonna do much, got it. Actually, wait a minute, Ice Beam might work, because I think Ice is good on Steel. I'm gonna try it, I'm curious. This might backfire, because Marowak will probably use Earthquake or some nonsense. That still didn't do much, okay. Duh, I have a fighting type move. I should be using that. Oh, not my KO. Double Edge is very powerful. Oh my god. Sandstorm will probably KO Staraptor, actually. Oh, barely. The problem... Actually, wait a minute. I'm just kind of in a rock and a hard place here. I think I have to sacrifice you if I want to make... Oh. You're just gonna be an asshole, okay. That's fine. That should KO Marowak. This should be effective. Yeah. So yeah, actually at the rate we're going, assuming Stark Mountain goes okay, we might... Next stream might be the last stream of this game. You know, end on lucky number... not 13. I think it's actually gonna be stream... Is it gonna be stream 11? I think. You should have one more Pokemon, right? Yeah. Oh, that hits you too, okay. Not doing that then. Again, it's weird that Empoleon's faster than Luxray. Like, it just looks like Luxray should be faster. It's like a lion. We finally have Luxray out to do minimal damage. Another problem with me as a Pokemon player is I'm really bad at leveling. Like, evenly. No, you're fighting. Wait a minute, what am I doing? Oh, you're just gonna do that anyway, okay. But, I, as a kid especially, and we kind of saw it in this playthrough too, look at the levels. No, that's kind of normal, actually. My other biggest weakness in Pokemon games is I'll have one main Pokemon that's like doing great, and then all the other Pokemon are lagging behind in levels. Like by a long shot. Damn, same type attack bonus can really come in clutch sometimes. You're A-okay. You're not tired at all? Nice. Okay, yeah, no, I'm definitely feeling some amount of deep burning on this route, cause oof. Yeah, we're getting kinda beat up here. The other problem is where's even the fastest way to get back to Stark Mountain, actually? Like, what would be the fastest route? We gotta be getting close to the end, I hope. What sort of moves have you taught? That tells me how good you are. Yeah. He's training Megan. The Delcatty. That's fun. Thinking... I guess Surf just for the same type of attack bonus, huh? Or you can just fake out, that works too. Genuine question in comp, what would be the benefit of fake out actually? Because like, it's just making it so another person's Pokemon can attack for a turn, but then they can attack next turn anyway. It barely does any damage. It's like fake out just kind of feels like a time waster, unless there's a free damage, I suppose. If you just need to like chip them out, I guess, but it just feels like it's not that effective. But again, I'm not someone who does competitive Pokemon, so I'm obviously, you know, I might just be talking out of my ass. Delay, that's true. Also in double battles, I can see it actually being more helpful. There's so much stuff though that's like, this is great in double battles to the point of like, okay, but is there a point to it not in a double battle? Because I can't tell. Just casually punching a tree as you do. This might not KO because of no same type attack bonus. We might also be in trouble because it's also lowest defense of the user. It's fine. Neat, okay. Is that the last Pokemon you got? Cool. Ouch! Nice. We must be getting close. Route. Oh my god, there's another route on top of this? Hello? Oh, it's just connecting down here. Well, that's actually not that bad then. I got scared. Like, genuinely scared for a moment. That there'd be a whole ass other route before we get to the resort area. Oh, this is gonna suck. Just kinda doing a quick turn. Voila. Tomato berry. I feel like I've been talking in a very low voice this stream, and that's usually what happens when I'm tired. Or like just out of it a bit, where I just kind of go into like a low voice, partly because I'm not worrying about like voice training as much. I think voice training is overrated anyway. I think it's kind of a dumb concept, personally. Not that people want to pass, but that passing needs to even be a consideration in the first place. I don't think I'm explaining this well. I'll try again when I talk to you. That badge, it's from Sunny Shore's gym. You've been to that port town then. Would you lend an ear to this old man's tale? No, I shouldn't burden you with this. My grandson grew up in that city by the sea, worn down by trying to live up to his parents' expectations. He found refuge in tinkering with machines. I wonder even now if I should have taken him in and raised him myself, though I'm not certain if that would have been a good choice or not. I don't think anyone could say. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said any of this to you. Star is in this cave. Hi, thank you both for the raids, Freeze and Star. You're just in time for, deep hurting. I just happen to be on this route right now. Let's see. Oh, Stormblood went well. I admittedly did not catch much of it, because that's the one part of the game I'm not spoiled on, so I'm trying to not catch too much of Stormblood. This should still be in Diamond and Pearl. I know the Battle Frontier isn't, but the Battle Tower should still be. You're going to win, that's the feature I saw. It's like the little island off the coast of Sinnoh. I want to say this is still there. Just like post-game. Oh good, Zatu, that's great. You don't remember Sandstorm? I guess you didn't do the post-game? I did fight the Elite Four. I actually won this time. Second try after 8 other tries on my own time. Like, a lot of times in like voice calls the last few nights, I've just been level grinding in Pokemon in the background, because I've been trying to frantically level up for the stream. And yeah, we got through Cynthia, so there'll probably be one more stream of this on Monday to like finish up, like do Stark Mountain, and maybe show off some other like areas that we didn't actually touch upon in this playthrough. But yeah, we're actually kind of near the end, and we'll move on to something else probably. Feels like it's been a long time coming. I've been on this game for a very long time, and I'm kind of ready to be moving on to something else. I'm gonna be real, because it's been like 10 streams. I'm gonna try if this one has a cooldown or not. Because I know the built-in one has a cooldown. This one does not. That's good to know. Yeah, thank you both for the raids. I hope Stormblood went well. What I saw in the future turned out to be true. Yeah, just to show it off real quick. It's like this part over here. We're trying to get to the resort area, and yeah, like the final story section is in this little stretch. But I figured we didn't have enough time to like fight Heatran and everything. Heatran, I don't know how it's pronounced, but that's not a moon. As you've been playing an RPG for 2 months, yeah. Yeah, no, I considered doing Tales of the Abyss for Fox Girls Favorites. I kind of second-guessed myself, partly because they didn't announce a remake or a remaster. I was hoping they would, with them being like, oh, we're announcing a remaster for the anniversary, and it was Berseria again. And I'm like, are you kidding me? It's like Berseria, the game that's already literally on PS4? Oh shoot, this is supposed to be a double battle. Welcome to my Pokemon show. Okay, Butler. I think that's his name. You're challenged by Ace Trainer Felix. No, wait, shoot, this is a thing. Shoot, I made the joke, but this is the trainer that I was thinking of. I think. There is a pair of 2 trainers in this area. I think this is also Ghost Diamond and Pearl. That are supposed to be Butler and Diane, but are just named wrong in the, like, localization. If I'm remembering correctly. So, like, you know, him saying, "Welcome to my Pokemon show," and having a Dusclops. It's like, yeah, no, I think this is on purpose. I think Salamence also tracks for that as well. Yeah, I made the joke completely forgetting that, no, wait, this is supposed to be a thing. And it was also, yeah, supposed to be a double battle, but I screwed it up, oops. Yeah, hope everything went okay. Again, I'll make it there eventually. I'm kind of going slow at the moment because I kind of hit a burnout point with Pokemon. Not Pokemon, Final Fantasy. Did you enjoy the show? Super fabulous, wasn't it? Sure. It would have been better if I fought them in the intended way, and not just fight one of them. Yeah, genuinely forgot what this trainer's Pokemon actually are. You're willing to battle? Let me see what you have. You're challenged by Ace Trainer Dana with Mighty Yenna. That tracks. It wouldn't be an Absol, would it? Because Absol was more like just trying to stop a bad thing from happening. It's only been a year, oh my god, that's... Whew, okay, passage of time moment here. Because, like, the last time we would have seen Jirachi Wishmaker was in a voice call like a year ago. Almost exactly a year ago, and that's, like, crazy to think about. You ran into Jam and Doctor Strange? Damn. Where's that in Multiverse of Madness? You were there? Yeah, I think you had to dip before... No, wait, you were... Yeah, Power of Us was a different night, and I don't think you were there because of, like, work. Yeah, I'd be down to watch Power of Us again, to be honest. Oh yeah, Curlia was the thing, so yeah, this is, I think, a deliberate reference to Jirachi Wishmaker. Let's see. Your love of Pokemon really shows. I'm just double checking something. Oh, it was loading. But anyway, we made it, finally. Out of the sandstorm. Now we got the resort area. I've traveled a long way to make my beloved Pokemon even more beautiful. That will make it love me even more. The Ribbon Syndicate, members only, damn. The best trainers from all over congregate at the battle frontier. It's not limited to Sinnoh, no. It must be a happy achievement to be able to win there with your favorite Pokemon you've caught yourself. You've seen every Pokemon in Sinnoh, that is so cool! I'm going to travel with Pokemon when I get bigger. All I need to be happy is my TV, that's all I need. I learned so much just sitting here, I absorbed knowledge. I learned about the Pokédex app Marking Map, for instance. To say the Marking Map can track Pokemon and travel around. I've never met any traveling Pokemon, but I've heard about them. Huh. Interesting. Nobody believes me, something lurks in the resort area. It's a hidden ruler of the area, you have to believe me. If you believe me, whip out your super rod and go fishing. Who knows, you may just catch the mind-blowing ruler. That's craggy. Nothing is too good for my Pokemon. There's no mountain too high to climb. That's how I look at it. Damn, I wish that was me. I do apologize. This is an exclusive establishment, open only to a select few. You might consider a special stage for the cream of the crop. If you wish to enter, I suggest you start by collecting lots of ribbons. So yeah, we can't do this yet. I want to say if you do this, you get like some kind of perks. Like an ability to raise friendship level more easily. But also just to point out. Yeah, ta-da! The Sinnoh Champ ribbon. Ribbon awarded for beating the Sinnoh champion and entering the Hall of Fame. Something people like to do is literally perfect ribbon runs from a specific point, where they will try to get every possible ribbon on a Pokemon, and then trade up through every game so they can have every possible ribbon on their Pokemon. That is like a level of dedication to Pokemon that I do not have. I'm going to say that right now. It's like I enjoy these games, not that much though. I think also specifically people are catching shinies for this purpose. Oh, how I long to become a member of the Ribbon Syndicate. My dearest Pokemon will be treated to dreamy experiences. Now you can dig up cool stuff in the underground. People are saying they're digging up new stuff, new different stuff. Yeah, post-game stuff. A somewhat impressive villa, huh? Psst, hey traveler, hey you, I want you to have this villa. Oh wait, no, it's not what you're thinking. This is no scam, see? In fact, you'll be doing me a favor. See, I was given this villa, but to be honest, I don't need it either. So don't say a word, just nod and this villa is yours. Phew, that's a load off my mind. The original owner was from Hoenn, see? The owner collected all the rare stones of Sinnoh and went back home. I somehow got saddled with this place as if it were some gift. There's no figuring what rich folks will think of next. Still, I thank you for helping me out. Come with me, will you? Did this guy just give me Steven's house? Not too shabby, you have to agree. Step inside for a look-see. Why are you rhyming? Why are you Mimi? The original owner's furniture is gone and I didn't buy any, so yeah, I know it's barren. Still not bad, eh? But anyway, I feel kind of bad just imposing the place on you for nothing. I'll tell you what, order a table from this order form. That'll do as my thanks to you. Thank you for waiting, I'm delivering your order. We hope you'll keep ordering quality furnishings from us. The furniture place's service is great, they're real eager for business. Look, they left another order form on the table they delivered. Anyway, I'm finally rid of this villa thanks to you. Now I can go back to traveling like I always wanted. Oh shoot, hi. Hey Yuna, you got yourself a villa now. Woohoo, that's wicked awesome, you must be rich, give me something. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do, I will tell everybody you got a villa. Thanks, Barry. How the hell did you get here? Got a Lumberry. But yeah, if he's a guy that likes collecting rare stones and is rich, he probably will be. This is probably just Steven's villa in Sinnoh. Why he has a villa here, I don't know. You two tell everyone about Yuna, especially how cute she is. Damn. That's very sweet. A lot of times I feel like I don't react very big to things like this and like, damn, that's cranky. But it does actually, that is very sweet, genuinely. Wherever you are in the world, whoever is in the world, everyone knows Pokemon. That's fantabulously fantastic. Do you know there's a sure way to change the world? Do a headstand, the world turns upside down. Good logic? You know, it means a lot to me, you can tell. This is something I actually was thinking about the other day, is because this has actually caused conflicts where a lot of times if I'm like in a voice chat, this has actually caused issues in the past where I don't emote really big in voice. Like, I tend to react to things like with a facial expression more so than with like me verbally reacting in a big way to things. And that is something I actually get mildly self-conscious about. Did I go in here yet? I did. Okay, you're Mike TV. Got it. Yeah, like Phoenix. I almost said Phoenix. Felix and Dana. It's like, yeah, they totally missed that. I don't know how, but they totally missed that. That was supposed to be a callback. It was funny though that I caught it before even seeing the trainer's Pokemon, that I just remembered enough from that bit of research I did after seeing that movie. I just kind of remembered and was able to call it out even before it was fully revealed. I don't know if I want to do Route 230 today, but I also worry I'll forget next time. It's fine. Am I forgetting to heal? Cool, I did heal. I genuinely, despite just going to the Pokemon Center, I forgot if I healed or not. I didn't even buy anything, it's fine. So next order of business, backtracking. So back through the sandstorm. Luckily it doesn't take too long. Especially on a bike. Where? We're being head pat. Thank you, Star. You're very cute. Oh, that's a good time for that, I guess. It's not a bad time for that. Because I have to kind of wade through this grass. This is actually a decent ending point. Oh my god, hi Eradicate. Glad you were here. You're very cute. Oh, thank you. You know who else is cute? Serena. Oh. Can't escape? What does that mean? Okay, so it just can't run. Okay. Hey, so much for healing. So much for healing. Ow. Oh, wait. I did run, huh? I guess it's just a chance of not being able to run. Weird. I don't understand, but it's okay. Alright, Route 227, Stark Mountain. That's where we'll call it. So yeah, the game plan for next stream, if we get through Stark Mountain in a reasonable amount of time, which I hope we do, we might polish off this route just to show it off. I'm not sure if I want to show this little route here, just because we have to go through like Victory Road and everything, so that'll be a pain in the ass. Spring Path instead of Spring is also a lot to get the Grisius Orb. Pal Park is down here. Prego Ironworks is somewhere up here. So yeah, there's still a decent amount that we can show off if we have time. But for sure, I want to get through the story events in Stark Mountain. That's like objective number 1. And yeah, I hope we should be able to get through all that next stream, if all goes well. So let's save up, and we should be good to go. And yeah, then we'll move on to something else. We might push a little bit long, just if we're within like a certain distance of the end, but again, we'll see. Don't you love it when you just stretch and you can hear a bunch of like crackle popping sounds? It sounds like popcorn's being made. But hi, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the stream today. I'm glad we finally got through the Elite Four. That was a relief. But yeah, thank you all for stopping by. Thank you to Freeze and Star again for the raids. Really appreciate it. If you're new here, you can follow up for notifications when I go live in the future. I have a YouTube channel for episodic versions of streams, and also original content someday. I have a VOD channel, it's an archive. I have a Blue Sky for posting updates when I go live. And also just reposting a lot of fan art, usually. I have a Ko-Fi, a tip jar, and I have a throne. The latter two being completely optional, but any additional support is greatly appreciated. That being said, I am pooped. I am majorly tired. Turns out when you don't stream for a bit, it kind of wears you out. Although not having that routine built up. I just dropped another frame and I don't know what caused that. Hey chat, do we have a raid message? I don't know if we do. I don't know if anything particularly, like, standout happened for a raid message. Oh, thank you, Serena. Yeah, thanks everyone for the head pats. Yes, I see a possibility, but I don't know what the raid message could be. I'm doing a think, and I'm drawing a blank. Again, I feel like my streams are just rough for raid messages just because I don't say, like, I'm more hinged on my own streams compared to other people's streams. So I feel like I struggle to come up with raid messages every time for some reason. And I often just end up sitting here for a long time being like, what the hell do I raid with? I don't know. And it just kind of happens a lot, unfortunately. Not that you need to do a raid message or anything. I feel like something kind of funny happened earlier, and I can't remember what it was. I also feel like I'm getting deja vu from this stream again. I get deja vu a lot. But yeah, if no one's got any ideas for a raid message, we don't need to do one, necessarily. We still do a raid, though. Yeah, this person hasn't streamed in a bit, so let's go raid this person. Yeah. Let's see, Twy is doing Kirby Air Riders, so yeah. I think that'll be fun. You're good at raid messages once every few weeks? Damn, that's so real. Yeah, I got nothing. You don't need to do a raid message, necessarily. But, yeah. Thank you all for watching. Next stream will be Monday. God, this would be better if it wasn't happening during ads. Next stream will hopefully be finishing up this game. We might skim a couple areas, just like, so we won't just have a little bit hanging. And then again, someday I'll actually do a Wednesday stream that I say I want to do, and do the Guilty Gear X. And next to, well, just the Jam history, Jam retrospective playthrough. And then Friday will be potentially a new Fox Girls Favorites. Or a surprise game if I'm wanting to pad it out and do a different thing in the meantime, now that we're between games. But with that being said, thank you all for watching. I hope everyone has a good rest of their evening and a good weekend, and good night everybody, take care.